said that you might go check on them at the end of the 4 hours.
Yeah.
And so 4 hours has passed at this point. You're welcome to go check on them. You're welcome to do something else. You're welcome to wait until Lena and Pinrap wake up.
No, I would go to check on them.
Okay, so I will let you go first in the turn order and go and do whatever you want to do.
Head to the last place I saw them.
Sure. So as you enter into that room, you notice that there are 2 goblin commoners that are guarding that door.
I'll give them a wave.
Yep. They both have sort of these like makeshift wooden pikes, and they just sort of nod at you.
And then I'll head east down the passage.
All right. So you don't notice anything else sort of out of the ordinary in that room with the sort of formerly Great Hall with the columns. And you just swing this stone door open, and it's the storeroom, sort of as you saw it last, although it seems to be emptied out a bit. There does not seem, despite the picture that you see, you can visibly notice, without even having to do perception or anything, that there's probably about maybe half of the goods that there once was in that storeroom.
How's the fort? Is the fort intact?
I haven't got that far yet.
Okay. So he's moving into the next room?
Yeah.
All right. So you move into the next room, and you notice... Did you see them put the fort up or no?
Yeah, I think I helped a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I can't recall, but so you see a makeshift wooden sort of fort that had a sign on the front that said "Boys Only," and it has been sort of dashed. I mean, it's there are pieces everywhere. The sign that says "Boys Only" is still intact. It's now hanging on the wall. But it is the fort is dashed, and your friends are nowhere to be found.
Can I examine the dashes of the fort and see if I can figure out what dashed it?
Yeah, sure. Roll an investigation. Yeah, so it's you would imagine it's fairly clumsy work. You would imagine that there was probably some. It seems like it's the work of goblins, you would imagine.
Okay. Are there any blood, anything like that in the area?
Probably not. No. I mean, there's you could probably tell that there was a minor struggle, but it doesn't look like there was any blood.
Okay. All right, I'll head back to the west, and I'll ask these goblin commoners if they heard any struggle or a commotion from the east.
They just stare at you and like say something, and you don't speak Goblin, do you?
No.
Yeah, they don't. They can't tell what you're saying.
Okay.
They just talk like gibberish back to you, like.
All right. Was there anybody actually awake?
What do you mean?
In the camp? Between Pinrap and Lena? Would either of them been awake at this point?
I don't know. I mean, are they going to get the full 8 hours? Lena and Pinrap?
Yeah.
I wanted the full 8 hours, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Will?
Are you just going to wait for them to wake up, or?
I think I'll try to see if I can I make a survival check to see if there's any tracks in the area, if I can see where like maybe somebody got dragged off from this room?
Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, you definitely see what seems to be you would imagine is it seems like bodies were drug through the hallway leading to this door right here.
Okay. All right. I'll listen at that door and see if I can hear anything on the other side for now.
Okay, roll. Yep. I mean, you don't hear very much. You hear maybe some, I don't know, some heavy breathing, but not a lot. It's very faint. You think it might be heavy breathing, but again, it's very, very faint.
I'd like to try to quietly open the door.
Okay. The door seems to be locked.
Does it look like one or two sets of footprints and then a deep gouge in the floor is how this dragging was done? Just really deep, like the floor tiles just couldn't handle this amount of pressure in one area.
I think he's insinuating some fatness.
I would never.
Yeah, while the floor does not seem to be massively disturbed, yeah, you get the idea that's it. They went that way.
Okay. I'll head back into this room and just resume standing watch.
All right. Okay, so we will we're gonna pan to group B. And
Bungo!
group B, which is Bungo, Ulfgar, and Sizzler.
The Sizzler.
It is your turn. So Bungo and Ulfgar, you open your eyes, and it is just pitch black.
I can't see in the dark.
You now have a throbbing headache and are at 1 HP.
Oof.
Okay, yep. So somehow that happened.
Awesome. I'm feeling around. Do I have any of my equipment on my person?
You are chained to a wall.
You know how
So
you
for our
promised me I wasn't dead?
a quick note to our stream, those on stream. Off stream, both Ulfgar and Bungo made a few rolls, and it did not fare so well.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause 16 or 14, whatever it was, isn't a good roll.
Anyway, yeah. So you are currently chained with manacles, hands and feet, and you seem to be connected to the wall in some fashion.
I'd like to escape my chains, if possible. Can I wiggle free?
Could you describe to me how you plan on doing that?
I'm Bungo.
I'm gonna need a slightly more.
Oh, he could break these chains.
More accurate description than I'm Bungo.
Yeah. So, you don't know this, but Bungo happens to be double jointed everywhere.
Okay.
So
Everywhere? Yeah, well, I guess.
Yeah, the places that don't normally have joints, they have single joints, which is like, that's what you get.
Yep. So just a whole bunch of cracking is going on, and
He has
very much
10,000 bones, and they're all knuckles.
It's special to the Mafungo clan.
His
All right.
3-foot body.
What are you proposing for a roll for using all of your double jointed whatevers to try to make it out of hand and foot manacles?
Yeah, this is a complete acrobatics thing because I'm being just dexterous and contorting my body. You know, like one of those contortionists you see at Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
Whatever that is in this fantasy land, and a weird circus.
I'll let you give it. I'll give you one roll. If you can nat 20 it, then you get out.
Nat 20.
Greg, you have manacles on your hands and feet. You have no lockpicking things, and you're
What if I
tied to
just
a
get
wall.
over 20? What if I just get over 20?
No, because you have like a +7 or something with acrobatics.
No, so you're openly admitting to hating.
No, I'm just saying if you can get a nat
22.
20,
22.
it's not a nat 20. I'm sorry.
Oh, fine. I mean, wow, these people are really careful because they plan for a double jointed.
Well, it's also in the dark. Maybe if you were in the light, I could lower it a little bit because you can't see what you're doing.
I have amazing kinetic sense. I don't know.
Except for you can't see in the dark.
Listen, Dark, I
Ulfgar,
know my body. I know
Ulfgar,
my
what do you?
body really well.
Yeah, but you don't know the manacles. That's the issue. You know your body, but not the manacles.
I
Ulfgar,
am still trying to figure out how on earth I lost 26 points of HP.
Carefully.
Yeah,
Practice.
carefully. Like, jeez.
maybe it was all that like vinegar wine you drank. Did you consider that?
The one that healed me last time.
There's
I don't
a
know. I have dark
temporary-
vision, so I can I try to see what's going on around here.
Sure. You see, it's sort of like gray, right? It's grayscale, but you see a what seems to be some sort of a raven person
No, we're
to
dead.
your right-ish, but not within arm's reach. You see Bungo to your left, but again, not within arm's reach. And then
Sin,
you also
can't see the stream. Sorry,
what?
stream is kind of black.
Oh yeah,
He hasn't revealed it
yeah.
yet.
And then you also see three what seem to be kobolds also tied up on the opposite wall.
Okay. Is there a way that we could reveal the room or no?
No, I'm not. I can't reveal the room until they get it. They get it. Sizzler, is there anything that you'd like to do?
I'm going to groan in a halfling voice that sounds very accurately like Bungo.
Jesus. Off guard's your
That's
nightmare.
So scary, dude. I don't want this.
So Bungo, you hear your like exact voice groaning, mimicking the exact groan that you made when you woke up.
These motherfuckers reading my backstory. You sons of bitches.
No, that was a happy accident.
Yeah, it really was. He actually came up with that, Ivaris, and then it matched perfectly. I love it.
Am I? Is this my? Is this? Do you guys hear my voice, or do you guys? Am I muffled? Is there something? Am I gagged? I might be blindfolded, but am I gagged?
You're not gagged.
What's
Well,
going
can you
on?
like keep your personal love life?
Yeah, seriously.
Nice. Yeah, Bungo is really confused.
All right, so we're going to pan back to Group A. Group A, you, Lena and Pinrap, you have received all the benefits of 8 hours of rest. What would you like to do? You wake up, Ivaris is there, staring at you, oddly. What would you like to do?
Good morning.
Good. Whatever time it actually is. Hard to tell down here. So, Bungo and Ulfgar are missing. Looks like they got dragged off to a locked door. So we should probably go maybe rescue them, maybe just meet up with them if they're okay.
What do you mean?
I'm already up and ready to go.
Great.
I think Lena's having second thoughts about helping us.
Oh, by the way, all the gold and the 2 onyx gems was on my person.
14th thoughts about helping.
Yeah.
So I hope there's
let's-
231 reasons to come and help.
They're this way.
Bribing people to come save you.
You didn't hear anything while we were resting? You didn't hear them?
Well, every single door in this place is now made of stone, so it muffles quite a bit of sound.
Yeah, on this lower level, the deeper you get in, the more stone the doors get. Just keep that in mind.
As if all the doors aren't already stone. Okay.
Some were wood. Some of the earlier ones were wood. A couple.
Yeah, for like 15 seconds. And then you were just like, oh no, this will not do.
Yeah, and then Ulfgar smashed down all of them. So then they, strangely, all the doors after that became stone.
Wow.
Unbreakable by Ulfgar.
Yeah, we should get going.
Yeah,
I think we're all
Wait.
waiting.
These are 2 goblins.
they're cool.
Yes. So the
They're,
goblins the goblins just like nod at Ivaris and Lena and wave, and you have no issue.
I'm ignoring them.
They're King Rempel subjects. He said you
yeah,
tell
okay.
them not to mess with us.
Ah.
Mm.
All right, his boyfriend. That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna go, but I'm like eyeing those two goblins the whole time, and I'm gonna do like the whole gesture where I like put my two fingers to my eyes and then point to them, and then do like the finger across my throat thing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Don't mess with her.
They stick their tongue out at you, Lena. They each stick their tongue out at you.
They stick each other's tongues out at you.
Yeah, they pull each other's tongues out of their mouths with their fingers, and they point them at you.
I show them the tracks and the drag marks and how they lead to this door.
All right, so you've arrived at the door.
And it's locked, and I'll gesture towards Pinrap and see if he wants to do anything.
I'm gonna try to
Wait,
break
we
down the
should-
door.
Wait, before you do that, do both of you have dark vision?
Nope.
I have dark vision.
Before you do that, why don't you light a torch?
I'm gonna be breaking. My hands are full of breaking stuff. I can't be
I'm
holding a
gonna
torch.
use a cantrip to cast that light spell on
Oh my
guess I'll
goodness,
just
here come
turn
the
it
glowing
on
titties.
again.
Wait, you're gonna use that on what now?
Like my pendant.
The glowing breastplate again.
Lena, roll a d20.
It's just like the two nips.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out my bow and then be ready down here because he might make some noise.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna attempt.
Ivaris is always hiding, man.
All right.
Lena,
So how
you
are
may
we
wanna
gonna
stand back.
get into this locked door, team?
I'm gonna attempt to body slam my way through the door right quick.
Okay. Roll. We'll say a strength save. Okay. So you run into the door full speed, and wham! You slap against it. The door sort of like on the hinges, but it's solid. You did not make it through. I will let Ulfgar, Bungo, and Sizzler can make perception checks to see if they heard the fish slam against the door. It sounded like a wet from the inside, probably some sort of a wet.
It sounded like a fish hitting a counter.
Yeah, like if you okay, so Sizzler does not perceive it, but Ulfgar and Bungo, it's the distinct sound of a very large fish slapping against a counter.
It sounds like a koi
That's
boy.
such a gross sound, dude.
It's like a thwaps with
Yeah, like just a wet thwap against the.
It's like taking a wet paper towel and hitting yourself with it.
Yep, something like that.
Stop it, Pinrap.
We know that sound anywhere.
What, are you gonna call out to them or something?
We're just saying ew. Like just very loudly.
Yeah.
Like,
All right,
"Oh,
Pinrap,
it's so
roll a
gross."
perception.
Pinrap.
Okay.
Roll a perception, Pinrap. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. He
yes, the
doesn't.
dumb
he
fish
doesn't-
strikes
You can't
again.
hear what's going on the inside.
What about Ivaris? Ivaris is right there.
Ivaris is on the
Ivaris
other
is
side,
not
like
right
on the
there.
far side of the wall. What? Lena, you can roll a perception.
Or Lena, excuse me. Yeah.
Yep, hold on.
Sorry, Ivaris. I think Ivaris is a girl's name for some reason.
I don't know. I didn't check. I just picked it.
Yep. Caden. Yeah. So Ivaris. Sorry, Ivaris is too far away. But Katie, can you change your thing to?
Yep,
thanks.
got it.
All right. Pinrap and Lena both. They don't hear anything coming from inside the door. The fish slap is all they heard.
Pinrap, try kicking where the lock is.
Kick where the lock is. All right, I'll try kicking where the lock is, as hard as I can. 'Cause
All right.
can't
Give me
give
another,
up on the
yeah,
first
give me another
try.
strength save. Yeah. Oh, okay. You kick the door right in, Pinrap. This time, you did it. You really gave it a nice boot, and you kick the door in, and light floods the room.
And real quick before anything else happens, I do like the showing off my guns emotion there, like one arm curled and then the other one like pointed off in the distance with the hand outstretched.
Yeah, it looks so dope. When you kick that door in, it looks great.
Good job, Pinrap.
Except for the fact that he smacked into it the first try.
Pinrap, I am so happy to see you.
What is this ugly thing on the floor next to me?
It looks like a sizzler.
That is a creepy thing, dude.
All right. Well, I'm
What
gonna
is
just
that?
rush into the room because I see my friends.
Yeah, so what you see basically is just sort of a standard dungeon. There's a bunch of different manacles, a bunch of different sort of areas where people can be held. You see Bungo, who is not naked. He still has his undergarments on, but his clothes are in a pile, his clothes and weapons and everything. Same with Ulfgar, they're in a pile in the corner of the room. You see a raven-type person. Ivaris might recognize what race it is. I don't know if the backstories of the other people would know much about this mysterious individual or race. And you also see 3 kobolds who are all of whom are tied to walls in various means, either via some sort of a cage or with manacles.
Are there any keys hanging around that I can spot?
You do not see keys hanging around, no.
All right.
Real
These
quick,
are-
because I'm gonna think ahead. I ask Bungo to like lean forward as far as he can, so the chains are taut. I want to try slicing through his chains with my sword.
All right. Give it a
I
whack with your sword.
hesitantly accept this proposal.
You don't want to accept it?
No, I do.
All right, give me an attack roll, Pinrap. Yeah, you hit the chain. It does not seem to break, but it seems like maybe if you hit it a couple more times or a little bit harder, you could make it happen.
I ask Bungo if I should try again.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right,
Hey,
trying again.
Bungo, where do you keep your picks?
Not in his undergarments, I would assume.
What a fool.
Did you say pick with a P? Or
or were you missing an R? I mean,
Yeah, where are your tools, Bungo? Where would you keep
Oh, I
those
just
in this
got
pile
that.
of
That's
things?
gross.
I don't know. I'm like naked here. How would I know where
Well-
they put my stuff?
There's a pile of stuff near you.
Are we just
Go
gonna
through the
ignore
stuff.
this like creepy dude? Like, who are you? What are you doing?
I start going through
Priorities.
Bungo's stuff looking for his tool set.
Priorities, Lena.
I'm gonna call out in a elven child voice. Help! Help! Please!
Oh
Please!
gosh,
That's so creepy.
this is gonna be the weirdest thing.
I love it.
ever.
It's so creepy, but I love every second of it.
I gotta walk up and like just look at him like, what are you?
Put a freeze spell on his mouth.
That's a Kenku.
Oh,
There's a curse on their race. They can only copy other people's voices. I'll explain later.
I will nod vigorously and again repeat in a small elven child voice. Help! Help! Help!
This is weird.
I'm gonna ask Lena to put a freeze spell on his mouth because this is slowly creeping me out.
And we'll
I'm
be
gonna
with you
do
in a
that.
moment, friends.
I would just like to keep trying until I get through his manacles, if you don't mind.
All right, yeah, swing. Okay, just give me one more swing, Tristan. Yep, you chop the manacles off of. Which ones were you swinging at? He was tied to
His
a wall.
arms.
Okay, yeah, so his arms are now free. I mean, he still has the manacles attached, but he can move his arms freely.
Strange. The manacles seem stronger from the inside somehow.
Did I find a set of tools in his pile of things?
Yeah, you did. You find
Right.
all of his. It seems that like everything that he had is still there. It doesn't seem like they took anything. They just sort of like. From what you can see, it was probably just like a quick job, right? They happened upon some outsiders sleeping, and they
Sleepy
just tied him
boys.
up real fast without giving him much thought. Yeah.
And I'll see if I'll give him his picks and tell him to have at it.
See,
Yeah,
it's a good
so,
idea. I chopped his hands off. I mean, free.
I'll get dressed quickly and I'll just jump into because the clothes is really just kind of like a onesie, but it looks like a full on
But-
2-piece thing. Like
but your
Your
feet
legs
are
are still
still
manacles.
Damn.
it doesn't matter. I can do it. So yeah, I'd like to try to. What am I doing? You guys want me to unhook someone?
You should probably unhook yourself.
Yeah,
Yourself?
give me a thieves'
Everybody.
tool roll, Craig.
Sure. Nope.
Yeah, okay, so you unhook yourself. Yeah, you unhook. Who else are you on?
people,
Who are
right?
you? Okay, so who are all these directed at?
He's unlocking everybody in the room.
Yeah, I'll allow
Yeah.
you to unhook whomever you wish in whichever order you wish. But you gotta tell me what you're doing.
Me, Ulfgar, and then I'll ask the team their thoughts. We'll just leave everyone up and running until they want me to pick something. So those are just future roles.
In a dwarven voice, I'll say, "I'm next. I'm next."
No, don't copy me.
Is
Do
the
not
weird,
copy
creepy
me.
thing chained up
Blast.
too?
Yeah, he is in a cage actually.
Keep him in the cage.
How'd you get stuck here?
In a goblin voice. Ooh, does anyone speak goblin here?
No.
Ooh.
Well, you don't know.
Well, I'm going to say something in goblin, but I don't want to literally say it on the stream if no one understands it.
All right, so you get no response from the group.
Because no one speaks.
They just stare at you blankly.
How much does this little thing weigh?
The cage that holds a medium-sized creature? Probably pretty
A
heavy.
lot. Yeah.
Heavier
I could
than you.
Use him
That's
as a
for sure.
backpack.
You cannot use it as a backpack. No. I mean, you go ahead. Give me a strength roll. You can try to pick it up.
Okay.
Crits.
Nope. Yeah. No, you can't pick it up. I mean, you can like lift it off the ground slightly, but it doesn't seem like it's something that you could
For
carry.
me to get you to actually say I could pick it up, I'd have to break the game and roll like a 70.
No, if you had rolled a 20, or above, I would have let you have picked it up and put it on your back because that would have been hilarious.
Dude, that would have been best.
Okay, so all right, so Ulfgar tries to pick it up. He picks it up off the ground slightly, and he strains, and then slams back on the ground.
What's your name, friend?
I elicit a sound that sounds like acid burning flesh. So it's a little sizzle and pop.
What's wrong with your character?
What flock?
I elicit another sound that is the turning of a book page, and I do it 3 times.
Do I know 3-page flock?
You've heard of 3-page flock before, yes. You're not intimately aware of it, but you've heard of it.
Okay.
I
What do I know about? Do I know, like, do they have a general reputation? Can I make a history roll?
Sure.
While he's doing that, I'd like to poke at the bird.
Okay.
I've
How are
never
you?
seen it
Slap
before.
his hand.
How are you? Okay.
Like
All right. So there's no
poking my hand
bird.
through the cage.
Yeah, it's too late. Ivaris slapped your hand away.
You're you're a fish. You should know better.
I will eye this fish person warily.
Can I see what's in his hand? He looks like he's holding
Our
something.
viewers are still watching a black screen.
Oh, they can't. What? I unlocked it.
No, I can see it on this. I can see it on the stream.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
open.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
Okay, so yeah, you Ivaris, you know that they're known as the readers basically by like the outside
Oh,
world,
there.
and that they sort of have a general I don't know, they follow sort of a let's see, how do I want to put this? They follow sort of like a magic type leader, if you will. You don't know exactly what what type of magic or sort of what his temperament was or anything, but you know that it's a flock. The flock is called the Readers. That's what you know, and that they follow they're sort of reclusive, and they follow a reclusive sort of magic spell casting leader, who's not non-Kenku leader.
Since he's asked me what flock I'm from, I will, and I've told him I'm going to look at him
Flock
specifically, and I will say the following in a drab human voice. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. So someone gently rapping at my chamber door.
What the
I'd nod and say nevermore.
I giggle in a childish elven voice.
No.
Sizzler, chat just redeemed an inspiration for you for your amazing interpretation. So that means that you get to roll with advantage. All you have to do beforehand, just say like, "I'd like to use my inspiration," and then you get to roll with advantage.
Awesome.
Can I sprinkle holy water on him to see if he melts?
Power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, go for it.
Calm
Yeah,
down.
okay. So you throw holy water. You throw holy water on him, and it just wets him. Like nothing happens.
Okay, I just have to make sure.
I'm gonna explain. What the hell, man? In Dwarven.
Terribly sorry for my companions.
I just wanted to know what you were.
Can you help this man out? He's a reader.
I nod vigorously and again say, "Please, please help me."
No.
Look, if the goblins locked him up.
Why? Have we covered why we want to help? I mean, because we're nice, right?
I like him.
Well,
He can be my friend or pet.
depends on the date if you want to call us nice or not.
I look at the group. Are we doing this? Is this a thing? Or should we talk to the kobolds first?
I say yes.
He's a reader. He got locked up by the goblins. He's probably here exploring, looking for magical stuff.
I nod vigorously, and I say in a childish elven voice again, "Shinies, shinies."
Or money, sure.
This is getting creepier and creepier.
Okay, so you want to talk to the kobolds real quick? See,
I'll go chat with the kobolds and ask them how they got captured.
I can't. So you speak kobold, right? But
pigeon kobold.
Right, but you can't. You don't understand what they're saying back, though, right? Is that what I recall?
No, I do, because I spent enough time around the kobolds that we can I can get by. I know some key stuff.
Okay, sure. So they they're like chattering amongst themselves this whole time. Like they're obviously like when you came in and the light came on, they when the light sort of flooded the room, they started chattering. It's like sort of trying to. They're not saying anything intelligible for you. Like they're just excited. Like it's clear that they're excited. And they're just sort of saying like free us.
What was the name of the kobold leader? Do we ask them?
I don't know. We had Jar Jar Binks over here that ran away though.
Timo was the guy that ran away.
Yeah, Timo.
Yeah.
Weakling.
Name drop.
So Bungo, they're just trying to get you to free them, basically.
Bungo, do you want to help these guys out? We'll walk them back to the kobold area.
Sure. So I unlock the three of them. Here, these stooges.
They seem very, very grateful, and they just they're not necessarily saying anything intelligible. They just are saying like, "Oh, free, we're free."
Wait.
They're not running out. They just like move from their captive area.
Ivaris is like, I'm gonna shoot you.
Seeing the kobolds freed, I say again in the dwarvish voice, "Hey, what the hell, man?"
We'll be with you in a minute.
Me and Pinrap are making sure this little thing doesn't go anywhere.
They all
Bungo.
look. Just a point of clarification too. Like everyone who was in this room looks like hell. Like they look like they've been beat within an inch of their life. They look like they haven't eaten well, if at all, for a long period of time. Like everyone is very, very beat down.
Did our dwarven friend get dressed, or is he still almost?
Nah, dude, I'm halfway naked still.
That is
Can I
dressed for him.
search this dungeon area? Is there like a club or anything in the room?
Well, I had a overalls on.
Yeah, you can.
somewhere.
What are you looking for, Lena?
Just like any sort of weapon that was used to beat them.
Yeah, there's just I mean, there are some things like laying around. There's certainly a club. There are
Can I
like some
pick the club
switches,
up?
like some little sticks and things like that.
What kind of can I tell from the club what kind of creature wields it?
Yeah, it looks like a larger, like a normal sized goblin. Slightly larger than the goblins that you saw earlier in the hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna take the club.
Because
You could just add a normal, just a club to your inventory.
since we noticed that they're all injured, I want to use my cure wounds on Bungo, my friend.
Okay.
Seeing everyone else get freed and healed, I say,
Ulfgar's not healed yet, but
I say the following in the sullen human voice again. From every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still. And then I look down dejectedly.
The fuck was that? It's supposed to.
Bungo, I've healed you.
Awesome, thank you. If I let you go, if I free you from your bounds, will you just be quiet?
I nod vigorously.
Fantastic.
I interject quickly and ask him to keep talking because I like it.
I'm gonna lead these kobolds back to the kobold area.
One moment, I'm just letting this guy go, and then I'll be the tail guard.
So the kobolds of Ivaris, the kobolds look a little bit reluctant to follow you. They just keep saying like, so their sort of chatter of like free has turned into like them saying free like with question marks, if you can imagine.
I'll gesture for them to follow.
They still seem like super. I mean, they'll follow you, but they seem like very like they're huddled together as the three of them, like shivering. Like they seem very reluctant.
Follow back home.
Free.
Follow back home for free.
Right. They're following. They're just reluctant.
Can I search the room for my stuff?
Yeah, your stuff is also in the room. Yes.
Okay, I would like to collect my stuff.
Yep, you have
Stay
all
here
of
with
your
this
stuff.
guy, Lena. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Before the crow gets too far away, I stop him and try to heal him as well. With my lay on hands instead of my cure wounds, though.
Okay.
I'll give him 10.
I say in a human voice, "Thank you, friend."
And I'm giving him all 10 of my healing.
Okay.
Do I need to click on the thing again? Or?
No, it's fine.
Side note: how do I keep track of my health?
Oh, sure. So, on your character sheet,
Yes.
there is a space that says current hit points, and you should be at 10.
Well, I was at 1. He gave me 10, so 11.
Correct. Oh wait, you should have more than. No, actually. You should. Okay. Yep. So you have 11.
Okay.
And when I get back to Ulfgar, I tell him that I'm not going to heal him until he's dressed.
I don't know where they took my clothes. What am I supposed to do?
What do you mean? They put them in the corner, Ulfgar. Everything that you owned, everything that you had on you, is in the corner.
Fine, I'll get dressed.
All right. So what are Lena, Ulfgar? Are you following Ivaris or no? I don't want to get too split up if you guys are staying together.
I
have
have
to
health
heal him
potions
first.
that I could use too.
All right, then I'm not going to heal you.
If I look at his face, is his face covered?
Whose face?
The creepy dude.
Sizzler?
Yeah.
Sizzler, is your face covered?
No, I have a hood, but I'm not wearing it right now.
Covered in feathers.
Hey!
Interesting.
Can I use this health potion?
Oh, Lena, Lena, you also have inspiration for your response. The fuck is that?
Nice, thank you.
I'm gonna start following that elf who knows what kenkus are.
Okay. All right. So is everyone following Ivaris?
Yeah, I quickly joined up with Bungo because
Okay.
I'm sort of like his bodyguard right now.
Sure.
Wait, can I
okay.
use this? Can I use this HP pot or no?
Yeah, you can. Go for it. Roll it.
2d4 plus
what's
2.
the roll?
2d4 plus 2.
All right. So what terrible rolls you just made? You gained.
Yeah.
You
in standard Ulfgar fashion, horrible rolls. Okay,
Dude,
so
I'm gonna
Ivaris,
die.
when you get to the hallway, the Great Hall, yeah, when you get about there and you start making the left to go down to the door, these goblins stand out and they like cross their pikes, and there's chat. None of it. Does anyone speak Goblin in the party?
I want to cast my comprehend language spell.
Okay, is that a spell?
Yeah.
Or a cantrip?
It's a level 1.
Okay, so yeah, so you can do that, and then I need you to roll a d20. Okay. All right. So you cast your comprehend languages, and the goblins are saying like, "Our prisoners, our prisoners."
I'm gonna take the club that I picked up, and I'm
Okay.
gonna throw it at the one in front of me. Throw it at his feet, and I'm gonna scream, "What the fuck is this?"
She seems
That's a club. That's a club. What are you doing with our prisoners?
Is this your club? Is this your freaking club?
And like Lena, as you throw the club down, you notice that like the club is as big as the goblin in front of you.
Whose is this?
And he's like, "It's bigger than me. It's not my club. Now what are you doing with our prisoners?"
Whose club is this? You freaking know. Tell me whose club it is.
I mean, does it have a name on it somewhere? I don't know.
In a panic, I'm gonna make a bunch of noises of kobolds being beaten up.
Oh, jeez.
The goblins, the goblins smile at you.
What the fuck?
I step away from this weird thing.
Yeah, I'm getting away from that thing, dude.
Okay, so
But
the goblin.
But while doing so, I'm pointing at the goblins.
Yeah, the goblins.
Does he
The goblins
want to
are.
be
Yeah, this is.
eaten like a
The
kobold?
goblins are.
I don't
Wait,
get it.
where Ulfgar? Where are you going? The goblins are pretty focused on Lena, but like I don't know. They might take a minor shining to you for insinuating that they should murder the kobolds. So Lena, he says, you're all gonna have to come with us.
No, I'm gonna intimidate him to give me more information
Okay,
about whose
roll
club
intimidation.
this is. This is making me so mad.
Roll intimidation.
Hold on. All right, let me.
She's gonna get like a crit fail one.
Okay, so he seems like he's a little bit scared of you. There's a bunch of you there. There's only the two of them. So he definitely seems like you have intimidated him. What question?
Can I help her in intimidating them even further?
Yeah, sure. You can roll it too.
Oh.
It's because you're so
I guess
short.
I'm still halfway
Lena,
there.
tell them King Rempel promised us safe passage.
Yeah, so Lena, he seems like he doesn't seem like he's not shaking in his boots or anything like that, but it seems like they are in an uncomfortable situation. It's clear to them that they are in an uncomfortable situation. There's a whole bunch of you. There are two of them right there, and so they know that.
So, are you guys just a bunch of liars? What the hell is going on? Why did you take my friends? And why the hell are you beating them? And why are
Which
you
one is
being
our friend? There's only one
Okay,
of them.
I did not beat or steal anyone, but you all are going to have to come with us.
No, whose club is this?
I don't.
In the back, I'm gonna say in Lena's voice, "Liar, liar!"
Okay, the goblins like take a step back from Lena for a second. Ulfgar, yeah, okay.
No, I'm not
Ulfgar,
letting
you
this
didn't get
one
that far.
move.
Anyway, you're here. So the goblins take a step back. Yeah,
No,
that's
can
fine.
that be an attack of Can I attack him?
No,
and
you're not.
proceed
I mean, if you want to attack him, you can attack him. But we're
Dude,
not in
dude,
combat,
Lena,
so
Lena,
there's not an
freeze.
attack of opportunity.
Freeze his feet onto the ground so he can't move.
God, this is going to be a diplomatic incident.
Yeah, it's like, look. Let's just take a deep breath. King Rempel said that you get safe passage. Let's just go talk to him, and we can settle this whole thing.
Is this safe passage?
He did not say. He said safe passage for Lena and Ivaris. He did not say for all of our prisoners.
Can I whip him?
Who are you trying to whip?
I'm gonna join
One of
to
them.
Lena's side.
I mean, you can roll to. I mean, do you have a whip with you? I mean, I don't.
No, I'm just gonna whip him.
No, if you don't have a whip,
Backhand him.
you can't whip someone. I'm sorry. That's just how whips work. So,
Can I cut his head off?
I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
I'll
Wait,
wait for Lena to be done yelling at him.
Okay. So yeah, they make their intention clear that they want to bring you back. That King Rempel offered safe passage to Ivaris and Lena, and you were the two who helped him. And
By not killing.
now somehow you have tried to parlay that into safe passage for like all of their prisoners, and those were not the orders that they were given. That's what they're
So-
conveying to you.
I have cantrip message, and can I use it twice? I want to send a message to Pinrap and Ulfgar to get on either side of them and be ready to attack.
Sure.
But not yet.
Ooh,
can do
I like this, Lena. I like this one.
All right, so the goblins are noticeably scared. One slowly is trying to. He keeps his pike forward. They both have their pikes like forward. They're just wooden, sort of longer wooden sticks. They're holding them forward, and one like takes his back hand off of the pike and is reaching behind him to push on the stone door. And the other one, the one right in front of you, Lena, that's not the one that's pushing on the door. The one next to Ulfgar is pushing on the door. The one next to you said, look, no one needs to get hurt. Let's just go talk to King Rempel, and let's all work this out. I just have orders. I'm just trying to follow them.
In a human voice, I'll yell out, "You'll pay for this!"
They are the goblins are like scared. Like they are very scared. They do not want this fight.
Do I have
No.
permission to chop their legs off?
I look to
Wait.
Lena for further orders.
Lena, can we
I'm gonna-
bribe them?
I'm gonna tell them both to grab both of them and pull them away from the door.
I'll do that.
I like
Strength, I'm
that.
assuming.
Okay, roll. Yep, both of you roll strength saves. All right. Let's see. Let me roll here.
Yeah.
Nope.
You guys can handle this part.
So
These are only two godly rolls you would get this whole time.
So the goblins push both of the both Ulfgar and Pinrap away. This goblin next to Ulfgar, the one who crit, he pushes the door open to the room behind him. It's not locked or anything. He just pushes it open. Doesn't need to open a handle, revealing the room behind him, and shouts, "We're gonna need some help out here!"
Murder them. Oh,
Ooh, I like this. Wait.
I'm not too worried. They're just commoners.
Oh,
This is the same room. This is the same. I don't like this room. I'm getting nostalgia. You know, I'm getting flashbacks.
Okay, so if
They breathe like rabbits.
that is no longer on fire, we just haven't had the opportunity. I don't know how to get that off.
Just-
So
I
they
like-
both failed. They both failed their grapples.
Yeah, really hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up that club and I'm just gonna shove past him into the room.
Okay,
Whoa!
Bold.
that's fine.
Yeah.
They chase after you. Wait! Wait!
Nope. I'm gonna keep going and I'm going to this room to that freaking dude that we just made king.
Okay, so as you pass into this room, well, actually, I'll say this: one goes into the room after you, the other one stays. As you go into this room, Lena, I'll describe what you see first before you get to that door. So you see a ton, like much more. Consider each of the tokens to be 2 or 3 goblins. You see a ton of goblins, and they're all working like seemingly frantically. They're all the same type of goblin, the smaller type of goblin. They're all like, there's a group down here that's cleaning up the ash. Like they have little shovels. They're cleaning up the ash of the huge flaming pile that you left. They're trying to like scoop everything up. And there are some that are like digging little pieces of marble or whatever else that they can salvage from the ash of the huge fire that was there. So there's a bunch of them picking through that, maybe like 10 or 12. There's some that are sort of like fixing walls, where there's some sort of say like a crack in the wall. They're like painting over it with this gold, this like golden paint. There are some that are like sewing large purple and gold-ish colored like tapestries, but it's like all it's all what a commoner who has never had access to royalty would imagine to be royalty, if that makes sense. It's all like the craftsmanship is garbage. It looks terrible. It's like it's not made out of like real nice
It's
material.
like a Trump hotel.
Yeah, it's like it's like purple T-shirts. You know what I mean? Like purple cotton T-shirts that they're, or linen T-shirts that are old and they're all like mismatched and they're different color purples and they're putting them all together in these large banners and whatnot. And they're just painting the walls gold, but like it's not real gold, right? It's just like some crappy like gold dye that they put together that they're just slapping the paint on the walls and it's dripping everywhere. It does not look nice, but it's the sort of the commoner's interpretation. A commoner who has never encountered royalty, their interpretation of what royalty is. So it's just like it's bustling. This place is bustling. There's goblins everywhere. They don't seem to pay much attention to you as you run through. It seems like they all have tasks and they're working on those tasks.
Cool. What
Okay.
morons that do really shoddy work. All right, I'm gonna go into the other room.
All right. What is everyone before you enter that? What is everyone else doing?
I want to look
I'm
at
not
Ivaris and
walking
see
through
if I
this
should
door.
kill that one in front of me.
Okay, so the one in front of you is saying like, let's all come on. It looks like she's going to Rempel. Let's all go to Rempel. Come on, let's calm down. Let's go talk to King Rempel.
I think we should return these kobolds because the kobolds and goblins don't.
I'm still looking at Ivaris to see if I should kill him.
I look at Pinrap quizzically because, I shake my head no.
So after like a
Let's-
few seconds goes by of like Lena's gone, maybe like 10 or 15 seconds goes by, and the goblin next to Pinrap yells like, "We might have a problem out here." And literally, Lena, you notice, and anyone who can see through the door notices that like there was a ton of hustle and bustle, like people moving, people shifting, like paint and stuff. Literally, all of them stop. Every single one of them stops and looks towards the door.
Looking through the door and seeing all the goblin heads turning, I've lost all bravado and I look a little nervous now.
Well, I'm hiding behind Ivaris because I know he's gonna run away anyway. So
Can I send a message to them again?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna tell Pinrap and I guess Ivaris, since I can see him, to close and barricade the door.
Going solo.
I'm gonna Lena roll d20 for me.
Oof.
Okay. All right. What are you guys gonna do?
Do we get the message? Is that what that?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoever she sent the message to gets that message. Now, what you do with it is your own.
So,
I think they can communicate back, maybe.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you can with the
click the
cantrip.
spell. Let's see what it says. Let's see. You point your finger toward a creature within range. The range is 120 feet. I assume it's That seems with.
Oh, you can reply.
well, because I got that, I'm gonna immediately push that goblin through the door, and then close it.
Okay, so
Thank
do another
you.
strength. Do another strength.
God damn it!
Okay, let's see. All right, he flies. The goblin flies through the door.
Hell yeah! All right, and I close. Like I'm gonna close the door, and I'm gonna like push my body. Like, wait, is it a push or a pull? That's a real good question right there.
Is the door a
The
push
door
or-
was a push.
All right,
Okay.
so let's all brace this door.
I'll let
a
you
push
two
from
brace that.
which side?
Yeah, from which side?
No, we're pulling it towards us because it was a push door.
Yeah, it was a push
I'll
door.
point to the door to the south and say "free, free" in Kobold.
The kobolds run back through this doorway.
Little girls, dude.
Yes, they are.
Also, guys, don't
I'll wave
forget,
by
there's
to my
like
kobold comrades.
there's like
The kobolds are running away this way.
Wrong way.
Lena, you start
Wrong
seeing
way.
goblins pouring through this side door here.
This wrong way.
Yeah, they'll start yelling at the kobolds that they're probably going the wrong way. There's kobolds through that door. And I point to...
And just keep in mind, I want to make abundantly clear again, each token counts for like 2 or 3 goblins. They're not
Oh my.
individuals.
Are they all commoners though?
They are all the same type of goblin. You can't quite tell what it is, but it is the smaller type of goblin, yes.
How'd they multiply so fast?
They're
Alright,
goblins.
let's go see our friend Rumpelstiltskin.
All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Can we open this door?
We shouldn't open. We should
No,
get our
we're not
prisoners to
opening this
hide
door.
in the room we slept in because they're all low health.
So just to give you like a quick, just another quick overview, the goblins the kobolds are running the wrong way back toward the prison. The Lena sees, but you all don't see because the door is closed. But Lena sees goblins running through the side door there, and the rest of the goblins have now dropped whatever they were holding, whether it's a shovel or what have you, and they're running toward the door that is now barricaded, literally by like the masses. And it seems like they are. I mean, if you all want to fight, it seems like they're gonna do it.
No, I refuse.
I'm gonna send another message to Pinrap. Hey, from the north.
All right.
And then I also, like, once everyone has a chance to go, I want to storm into that other room.
All right.
I
So
wanna...
yep. So the group in the Great Hall, formerly Great Hall, you're gonna have an opportunity to do something, and then
I want.
and then everyone else is gonna have an opportunity to do something.
If
So what do you want?
Bungo tries to touch this door that I'm holding, I'm gonna try and touch his hair and freak him out.
I want to tell Bungo that I just got a message from Lena saying they're all coming to get us, and tell him to lock the north doors. And
Why
then
don't we just go get them?
because there's a lot of them and not a lot of us.
Especially after the DM almost tried to kill me.
And I want the dwarf to go to the other north door in case he doesn't make it to it in time, and hold that one shut.
Sure, I'll go to the far door and attempt to lock.
I want to tell the kobolds they're going the wrong way.
All right. What is Sizzler? What are you doing?
Seeing what the fish dude and the small person are doing, I'm gonna try to lock this door.
All right. Ulfgar, what are you? Did you say you were doing something or?
I'm just bracing this door with Pinrap.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So it is the kobolds of Ivaris. They are like just freaked out and they are just sprinting. They're sprinting. They don't seem to heed your warnings. They are just running through the nearest
All
door.
right, I'm going to shoot an arrow in front of the feet of the one up front.
Okay.
Because that will calm them down.
All right. Sure. Yeah. They scatter. Like literally, they just fucking scatter. They just start screaming and, like, free, and they just scatter in all different directions into the
I yell hide in kobold.
Okay, they're gone. You can't see them anymore.
Jeez. It's a good thing we killed Meepo. because we can't kill any other ones.
Wow.
All right, so now it's the goblins' turn, and you start feeling like these doors, like people are clearly trying to get through these doors. I'm gonna need Sizzler and Bungo to make strength saves.
Uh-oh.
Oh, because I'm strong.
Hey.
You have a strong, creepy thing.
All right, let's see.
Oh, did you mean to say athletics?
No. I did not. So, Sizzler, you have your door properly barricaded. I'm going to need Pinrap and Ulfgar to make strength saves as well.
Jesus. Minty fresh.
Man, dude.
All right, so
The fish is slipping everywhere.
Bungo, you are thrown from your door 1 square backward,
All right.
and several goblins rush through. Pikes ready. Pinrap and Ulfgar, you are also thrown 1 square backward. And even more goblins rush through.
I refuse.
And they're all shouting, "Come with us to King Rempel! Come with us now! No
Well, we
more
don't
talking!"
We don't understand that.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh.
They're just yelling. Sorry, they're just yelling. They're yelling at you in some unintelligible language. They have their pikes drawn, and they are like motioning after they yell for a bit, and they sort of like, you all don't really respond. They start motioning like with their pikes, like, "Come with us this way." You know what I mean? Like, "Come with us this way." Like they're pointing their pike, and then they're like moving it over.
As soon as they finish that,
They
I
make a
wanna
little
use
bit of
my fog
space.
cloud.
They make a little bit of space for you to walk through this door.
All right, Fishman, you're first.
No. Instead, I want to use my fog cloud in the center of this room because it's gonna like go everywhere. So, perfect.
All right, where are you using your fog cloud?
Rotala. Oh, it didn't work. Right here.
Okay.
That right here.
All right. Cast a fog cloud.
And I want to run into it as far as I can.
Okay.
I'm going with him. By the way, I'm not standing by that door.
No, you. Let's see. All right, that's fine. You guys can. Oh, no, hold on. Don't. You can't move that far back. Pinrap, you can cast fog cloud, and you can move 1 square. And Ulfgar will let you move 1 square, and then it's gonna be Lena's turn.
Okay, I did it.
Okay. All right, Lena. Well, Ivaris, is there anything particular that you're doing because you didn't get to go?
Yeah, I was gonna try not to cause a diplomatic incident.
Okay, so the fog cloud comes up, and what are you gonna do?
Sigh and say loudly in common, "I'm coming through. I'm coming through. Don't stab me. I'm coming
Okay, so
to see the king."
the goblins see you emerge from the cloud, and they allow you to. Their pikes are pointed toward you, but they allow you to walk through. The pikes sort of like stay trained on you as you walk through, but they don't make any like stabbing motions or anything like that. It seems like they will give you safe passage if you do not, you're not threatening them, etc.
I'll shout out in a human voice. Wait, I'm with him.
All right. Sizzler, if you'd like to move through, they will also allow you safe passage if you walk out of the fog with like no weapons drawn or anything, and you just like calmly, to the best of your ability, walk through. Bungo, what are you doing?
I don't know. If everyone's leaving, I don't want to be left alone.
Well, no. So there are
There's a
2 people
huge
leaving.
fog cloud.
Sizzler's
Ulfgar
leaving,
is
and
leaving.
Ivaris is leaving. Bungo,
Oh,
Pinrap and Ulfgar moved into the fog cloud.
Okay, so where's the fog cloud?
So the fog cloud is
entire
like,
room.
yeah, in the middle of the room, basically.
What's the radius?
It's
It's a 20-foot
25, I
radius.
think, and this room is 25. So everywhere
Everything
except for this.
Yeah, Yeah, basically the whole. We'll say basically the whole room, with the exception of like roughly where Sizzler is. Sizzler is in a space that is not fogged, but otherwise all that green is fogged.
All right.
What would you like to do, Bungo?
Well, I can't see, which is an issue. I was told to hold the door. That didn't work. I'm now in a giant cloud of fog. Is the door still open? I didn't hear them close it.
No, the door is certainly still open. Yeah, but there are goblins that are like rushing through and standing between you.
Are they medium or small?
They are. I think they're small. Oh, I didn't.
Mine's like a fear reflex. It just sort of comes out of my guild. Scared.
Doesn't matter. I can't move. A size larger, so
Yeah, they're still medium. Technically, they're still medium creatures.
I can't move around them, can I?
I will let you make some sort of a dexterity type move and see if you can skirt by them in the darkness.
Yeah, no,
in the fogginess.
I'm doing that whole Ocean's 12 capoeira laser dance.
Sure,
again.
I'll let you do it. Go for it. Yep, you do it. You manage to, like, through the fog, you manage to just, like, wiggle your way in between 3 or 4 goblins, and boom, you're on the other side of the door.
Yeah, make a break for it. And I dashed.
Sure. Yep, you can be there. Okay, so now it's back to Lena. Lena, you wanted to go through that door, right?
Yep.
All right, let's see. So you are now in the throne room of King Rempel, the latest, first of his name. It is similar to the larger hall out in front of the throne room. The throne room is now, like, goblins are working frantically to dress this throne room up. I mean, to make it like a real throne room for their new king. King Rempel, who you happen upon, is sitting. He has like a cape and a crown. It looks like again, very hastily made. The crown is gold, but it's probably wood that was painted gold. His throne that was previously a stone throne is now all gold. Like it's just been painted gold. You could tell it's been painted, but nonetheless, it is now the color gold. And King Rempel, who is sitting on it, has little gold paint flecks all over his legs and other parts of him. You notice. And go ahead. So you go in, you open the door, and you walk in, and what happens?
So I'm gonna point to. Is it 2 or 3 goblins, or is it just 3 with each square?
Each goblin is like roughly 2 or 3 goblins, we'll say.
Okay, I'm gonna point to the ones on either side, so like that cluster. How do I like do a pin?
Click and hold.
Yeah. Okay.
Those guys.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell both sides of them to get out. I don't speak with commoners.
King Rempel like stands up on his now golden throne, and he says, "Lena, it's good to see you."
I still tell them to get out. I want them out. I only want to talk to Rempel.
And Rempel like gives them the motion to step aside. She's my guest. She is my guest. And these goblins, they stand aside for you.
No, I want them out of the room.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you meant to say. They don't leave the room, but Rempel says, "Just stand aside. Stand aside."
No, get out.
They are working very hard, Lena. Let's come sit with me.
Come.
Where's Ivaris, my boyfriend?
Yeah. So Rempel is like very happy to see you. Obviously, he's like, what's the commotion out there? What's going on? My kingdom, is it okay?
Throw the club at his feet, and I'm gonna demand, what is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of a club?
That is a difficult ontological question you've opened up.
God damn it. How dare you attack my friends and companions?
I mean, I gave you safe passage. I promised.
No, you broke your
And
promise.
King Rempel always keeps his promises. And he like stands up and puts his finger in the air, and like the other goblins, they clap like softly.
King Rempel is a liar, and you are going to give me answers. Whose club is this?
Okay, so again, you throw the club on the ground, and the club is like larger than King Rempel. So he just sort of like all the goblins are sort of looking at you like quizzically, like. He's like, Lena, that is clearly not a club that me or my subjects, and he like gestures widely, he like with his arm to the side, could or would use. Also,
Then who
I
are you
promise
working with?
safe passage.
Who are you working with?
And I, King Rempel, always keep my word. And he like puts his finger in the air, and again, like all the goblins in the clap.
Who is wielding this club?
So he like pulls you to the side a bit, and he like pushes not like pushes, but he like gestures for the other goblins to like close to him to like slide away for a second. And everyone, you can go back to work. Everything is okay. King Rempel, first of his name, King Rempel the latest, has this under control. And like so they all like shimmy and go back to work and keep painting and putting up tapestries and doing what they're doing. And he like leans over to you, and he sort of whispers to you like, okay, well, so I don't have control over all of the goblins. The larger ones didn't take too kindly to the commoners taking over, but I solidified all the commoners, so I don't know. I told all of my people to give you safe passage.
Then why are you working with them?
I'm not just, and he gets even quieter. He's like, I'm not working with them per se, but I need to show like my strength, right? So I did not instruct anyone to do that to your friends.
Then who did it? Who of your clan kidnapped my friends and beat them?
Okay, so I think that you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's because I'm a common gobliner and I'm not explaining myself well, but my people, and he like gestures to all the, like literally, all the people in the room, Lena, and all the people that you have seen thus far are all the same type of goblin. There aren't any of the. Go ahead.
Do I believe him?
That's insight.
It's an insight, yeah. Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. You know from your amazing insight roll that he is definitely telling the truth. He's trying to convey to you that there seems to be some tension with a common goblin taking over the throne, and there seems to be still some he hasn't had enough time to solidify the whole tribe, and so he really just sort of was able in the last 8 or 10 or 12 hours to solidify the same type of goblin that he is.
Where are they? These other goblins.
They're spread out. All goblin kind, and he gets like a little bit louder. All goblin kind is spread out throughout this wondrous castle that is ours. And like the other goblins stop working for a second and like all clap again.
I'm gonna get in his face and kind of poke his chest and be like, "You will not touch anyone or harm anyone that is with me and my party."
Okay, so as you reach out to touch him, all of the goblins in the room, all turn to look at you immediately, and they're staring at you and they're staring at King Rempel, and they do not look happy that you just touched him. King Rempel takes your finger, as you poke his chest, he takes your finger and he pushes it. He puts his fingers on your finger and pushes it away from his chest, and he says, "I did not hurt your friends. I offered you safe passage, and King Rempel always keeps keeps his word. And the goblins, they don't clap this time, but they nod, and you hear like some rumblings. But like it's clear that like they are trying to make it clear by their actions that you need to like watch yourself a bit.
I'm going to reaffirm what I just said and leave.
Is this about the time when I would have been walking in there?
Yeah, so before you can leave, Lena, so you're still in the room, but like you reaffirm what you say, and you're still sort of next to him. That's when Ivaris and Sizzler enter the room.
King Rempel, I'd like to buy some kobolds. I'll give you 7 gold pieces for 3.
Ah, my boy Ivaris! Great to see you again, you handsome creature, you. I, as you well know, was King Rempel the latest, first of my name. I have solidified my kingdom, and we are working very hard to kill all of the dirty kobolds.
Well, I applaud your deft political prowess.
And as you say the word applaud, all of the goblins in the room, they applaud.
Congrats. I'd like to buy 3 kobolds from you.
The kobolds are not for sale.
Well, you seem like
right
a
as you start
man
talking,
who
right
likes
as you start
gold.
talking again, he goes, "They're for killing!" And like everyone claps again.
Well, you seem like a man who likes gold. I could give you some gold for them.
King Rempel can be negotiated with. And the goblins all clap.
Great.
But first, kind, noble Ivaris, I need you to bring the prisoners that you freed to me.
Those are the kobolds I'd like to purchase.
I cannot negotiate without access to the goods.
Well, if we can track them down.
You also, I see that you've brought me one of my prisoners, that bird creature over there. I would also like my kobold prisoners and the other 2 that were allegedly captured by other goblin people. Like he looks around like hesitantly as he says captured by other goblin people.
And
I'll tell you
I'm gonna
what.
slink back a step.
Okay, the 2 as you slink back a step, the goblins that are the groups of goblins that are on the other side of you, Sizzler takes steps toward like blocking you from leaving the door. They're not between you and the door, but they like make it clear that they're probably not going to try to let you leave. They don't touch you or they don't touch you or anything, but they like take a step as you start to slink backward. They take steps toward you on either side. Noble, wise, and beautiful Ivaris, do we have an accord?
I'll lean forward in a bow, and then I'll say quietly under my breath, we can deal with the larger goblins to help you truly solidify your throne if you just ignore these prisoners.
Panicked, I say, "Traitor! Traitor!"
Who is the bird creature directing such foul language toward?
I point at the
chuckle. Good joke.
Who do you point at, Sizzler?
The elf. He just agreed to turn me over.
The elf is a noble and wonderful creature whom I love dearly. You will not speak of him in such awful terms.
I sulk.
He's confused from the vicious beating.
Goblins! Seize that bird thing! And so the goblins on either side move toward you to try to capture you, Sizzler. Are you going to try to protest in some fashion?
I think I'm just gonna let this play out. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think my
You don't
odds
wanna-
are too good for struggling here.
Okay,
You don't
sure.
want to
So
start
they just
occupy Sunless Citadel.
they just move you like to the side. They're not hurting you or anything. They just like sort of grab you and just move you to the side and just keep you at bay. They're not like they don't injure you, they don't take anything from you. They're just like it's clear that like they want to keep you there. Okay, so we're gonna pan back quickly to Pinrap and Ulfgar. What are you and Bungo, the three of you? What would the three of you like to do?
I
It
want
doesn't
to
have
try
to be
to
obviously the same thing. But
run back towards the kobolds.
toward the kobold. Okay, you can head toward the kobolds.
Ooh, I want
Ulfgar,
to go
what are
back
you
there
doing?
too and eat the rest of the food.
My full movement speed, or just like into the.
No, I'll let you move into the room. That's fine.
I'm just gonna go with Pinrap.
Okay, so you all are in the room. Are you doing in particular in the room? The kobolds are hiding. You can roll a perception to try to find them. If you want, or
I do.
I'm eating the rest of the food that's in here.
okay.
I want
Okay.
to try to find them.
All right, perception or investigation, whichever you choose.
Bad at both.
Yep. No, you actually find all three. You're like rooting around. Actually you find two. We'll say one is not in the room. You find two of them, and you can't seem to find the third. But you searched really really well, and so you'd imagine that the third is not in the room.
Okay. I want to take a ration out and place it in front of me on the floor and point at them, and then point back at the food.
Okay. The kobolds respond in some unintelligible language.
That's okay, because I don't understand them anyway.
Are you going to do anything else?
Not for now until they do something.
Okay. Bungo.
Yeah, so I definitely escaped. I want to knock on the door here
Okay.
and prepare to strike at if a goblin comes out.
Okay. So you knock on the door and you hear a voice from the other side say, "Enter!"
I knock on the door again.
You hear the voice say, "Enter!"
Yeah, I can keep this all night.
Okay.
I knock on the door again.
Okay, you hear nothing.
Knock on the door again.
Yeah, it's just no one's responding anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, every few seconds I'm knocking on the door,
Okay.
waiting for them to pop out and strike. You can do with that what you will.
All right. Let's see. All right, I guess we can go. No, so what, actually, Ulfgar, I wanted to say, roll a 1d4, Ulfgar. Ulfgar, you,
Yeah, I was.
okay. You, okay, roll a Constitution save. Yep, you gain 2 health.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so we are back at Ivaris and Lena.
King Rempel, I've got a proposition for you. If
I
you
would happily hear you out, kind lover Ivaris.
I lean in close and whisper, if you release the prisoners to us, we can clear out some of the larger, rowdier goblins who don't respect your rule using their help. You risk less of your subjects and solidify your power.
So, like, loudly?
No,
King Rempel
very quietly.
No, sure. But loudly, like, King Rempel looks around and says, like, "My kingdom is solidified and strong!" Clap.
I
And
clap
then-
a little bit.
And then he, like, leans back down to you and he says, "Please bring me the prisoners, and then we can talk about how we make this work." Deal?
Deal.
All
Lena,
right, and
are you good with that?
So is the Birdman and like chains are being held
No, he's not being. No, they just moved him sort of to the side, and they're like sort of standing around him. He's not being held down, or he wasn't chained, or they didn't take anything from him. It's just like he's one of the prisoners that they had, and so they're like they're putting him aside and like keeping him in the room.
I'm gonna force them back.
Okay, roll a strength save.
Hold on, sorry.
It's all right. Yeah. So you're pushing, like you try to push them, and even though they're like fairly small goblins, they just like sway a little bit, and it's just like it's just like you're throwing your arms, like just pushing, like throwing your arms, and they're just like looking at you like what? And then you hear King Rempel, "Fair Lena, please stop tickling my friends and subjects. Also, please open that goddamn door that will not stop knocking. By order of King Rempel, the latest, first of his name!" And like all the goblins start clapping.
Wait, he wants me to open it specifically,
Yes.
or just one of his commoners?
He requested that you open the door.
Ooh.
While
push-
she's doing that, is everyone's attention on her and the door?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Can I take out my disguise kit from my bag?
Oh, that might be tough. I'll let you roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can do it like unnoticed. It's going to be a high DC though, so that with the 9, you would not be able to do that. I mean, they'll see you. Basically, is the point.
I'll use my thing. Oh no, I had to do it before. I had to announce it before.
Yeah, I mean, I will. I'll in this specific instance, I'll let you do it because you this is your first time. But yeah, in general, you need to announce it before. But I'll let you do it this time if you want.
Okay. Well, I'll use it, and then
Okay.
I will attempt to make it look like I'm a small goblin.
Okay. Roll deception. What else or is there disguise?
It's just a tool. So you just roll proficiency plus whatever stat you think makes sense.
I don't know what that means.
Yo, Ivaris, what do you think that he should? I'm trying to pull up his sheet. What do you think that he should roll?
He's trying to pretend to be a goblin with a disguise
So what would that
kit.
be? Performance, deception?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I would say performance because he has to perform to be a goblin.
Well, that would be as I continue on, but to make it look like a convincing.
It would probably be like disguise kit plus either dexterity for the coordination to make it look good, or like intelligence to know how to paint it.
Yeah. So I'll let you. Says I don't have your character sheet pulled up. I'll let you roll one of those. If you want to do intelligence, that's fine. If you want to do deception, that's also fine. And I'll let you add your proficiency bonus of 2 to whatever roll you get.
All right, I'll just do intelligence.
And then you add 2. Okay. So you do it. You get the disguise, right? And you look like a goblin, but it's you can't tell if it's passable or not by your
Okay.
from the outside. You don't know what it looks like on the outside. You just did it, right? You did the thing. You think that you became a goblin.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Lena, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna push him, the guy right in front of me, to the east, out of my way.
All right. Let's get another strength save. Okay, you did it.
Yeah.
You shoved him which direction are you shoving him?
South.
Okay, yep. You do it.
Cool.
It's a strong, redeeming shove, and the goblins like look at you like, oh, damn.
Yeah, don't mess with this. I'll do like the
Redeeming
thing where like
shove.
I step forward and like puff out my chest like, yeah, what now?
Yeah, and they're like nodding a little bit like, whoa, okay, the tickling before must have just been a joke.
And then I'm gonna open the door for Bungo,
How do you open the door?
like with the the way you
with
usually
extreme
open a door.
sass.
Okay, Bungo, what do you do? The door flings open.
I said I was waiting for a goblin. So do I see a goblin?
Nope, you don't see. You just see the door swing open. You don't see a goblin come.
All right, I wait. If I don't see anything, I'm just waiting.
Okay, Lena, what are you gonna do? You swing the door open.
Bungo.
Wait, she can see me?
I don't know. Are you hiding or something? I don't know.
I was like in this little corner.
Oh, okay.
I'm tiny and I'm a small guy. I thought I would be not easily seen.
Okay, Lena, are you
Well,
like?
we heard him. Didn't we hear him? He was like.
You just heard.
yelling.
All you heard was knocking. You didn't hear a voice or.
Doesn't he always scream, Bungo?
I look
When I
behind the
run
door.
into room.
Okay, Bungo, you see Lena poke her head around.
Oh, good, you're safe. Let's go.
Yeah. Can you go get the prisoners and Ulfgar and Pinrap and bring them here?
The prisoners? What prisoner? I'm
The
a prisoner.
Kobolds. The kobolds.
Why am I bringing the kobolds there? They want to. The goblins and kobolds don't get along.
Ivaris is doing some diplomacy bullshit.
Fair.
I mean, do we want to give up on the kobolds? Is that what's happening?
No.
All right, as you guys, all right, I'll be right back in 2 seconds. As you guys, you decide what you're gonna do with between yourselves. I'll be right back in 2.
I'm gonna close the door behind us. We're gonna negotiate their release. That's what Ivaris is working on now, but there's some diplomacy thing where King Rempel can't look like a weak piece of shit that he is, so we've got to...
They're already released. They're going back. How do you negotiate something that's already done? Everyone's already freed. Doesn't seem like you're negotiating. He's negotiating, right?
Yeah, hey, we should... Well, they have the bird guy.
Yeah, okay. I mean, whatever.
Hey.
We can't
Hasn't
leave
exactly
the bird guy.
redeemed himself to us.
Well, how is he supposed to redeem himself when he just got beaten to a pulp? Like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, I am back. What did you all decide with it?
Oh no, Lena made fun of the creepy guy in the corner.
Okay, so I'll go in.
Go into the throne room, or
Yeah.
okay.
Surprised at the number of goblins still. You guys breed like rabbits.
And it seems like there's an additional goblin in there.
Multiplying.
Bungo, yeah, okay, Bungo and Lena, as you see amongst the sea of goblins that basically all look the same, right? They're the same height. They sort of look the same. You know, they have slightly different features, but nonetheless, they're fairly similar. Then you see this like one goblin, right? That has like it's like has feathers, black feathers, but like with green paint on. Like this shoddily made green mask, but like feathers sticking out of the head. And it does sort of resemble a goblin, but it's got some feathers sticking out in very non-strategic places, and it's wearing all the same clothes that Sizzler was wearing before.
So, Rumpelstiltskin here. I heard that you were talking about the kobolds that are already free?
Hello, what is your name, small man?
We've met already. You know, we didn't kill you. Remember that?
I am King Rempel. I do not recall meeting you before.
Really? We were in the same room. Funny. Anyway.
I remember meeting this blindingly handsome elf man, Ivaris.
Super. Ivaris, let's go. What are you doing here? We just should go.
We're working out some politics so that when we come back, we have an easy time of things.
But politics, no one's hurt. We're fine. We can go. Right, Rempel?
You may leave and bring back my prisoners.
Nah, I don't do your work. I'm not in your kingdom. Hey, what's down this hole?
Throw him down.
That leads to the caverns.
Is that where all these goblins came from?
Some of them, certainly.
Who's the one that knocked me out?
I will not answer your question.
It was him.
And why is that?
Little man, come closer, and I shall tell you. Personal audience with the good King Rempel. You should feel honored. Step aside. Let the small man pass.
I'm not a man. I'm halfling.
Let the small thing pass. Then he points Ivaris. He sort of bumps you a little bit with his elbow and points to Bungo.
Who?
Ivaris.
Look,
Knocked
we
me
can
out?
play along, help him solidify his power, and then when we come back through later, it's easy.
How about we
We
just
don't have
throw
to
him
slog
down?
through.
How about we just throw him down the hole with the previous king?
I can hear you. He whispers.
Good.
Right next to me.
Who hit me and tied me up?
King Rempel rolls his eyes and points and shrugs his shoulders at Ivaris. Seemingly indicating that he doesn't want to explain himself again.
Goblin's probably not under his control. I'm trying to negotiate where we can bring the prisoners with
Okay.
us
Where are these?
and clear
guys?
them out.
I'm gonna try to shuffle to the head of the goblin column on this side.
Okay,
I'm not being that
this is
quiet,
where you're going to make a
By the
performance.
way, I'm not being that quiet. I'm not whispering or anything. I'm just speaking in a normal voice.
Okay. Sizzler, roll a performance. Yeah. One of the goblins next to you puts his hand out and stops you from moving forward.
I will whistle like a goblin very softly and back up.
As goblins do.
roll another performance. Okay, the goblin actually, you don't even have to move backward. As you whistle, the goblin looks at you oddly and drops his hand and then turns back to look at King Rempel.
I say, King Rempel, look, this is more headache than you need. You just let us head to the east with the prisoners. We'll clear out the other goblins. It's easier on everybody that way.
So where are these other goblins?
Ivaris. Good, kind, beautiful, fair, handsome, long-haired, fair-skinned, tall, brave Ivaris.
This is weird.
Please bring me my prisoners, and then we can discuss. I already have one. I have this little half-man thing who I guess is technically a prisoner.
I am not
Bring
a
me
prisoner.
the rest of them.
If
And
you don't
then
want to
we
go down
can
this
discuss
hole,
moving forward.
tell me where these goblins are.
Everybody's getting an ultimatum.
Which
Pretty
goblins?
simple.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
Doesn't matter. Who tied me up?
Was it
Against my will.
Was it Trungo? Or
No one
Like-
said my name.
fungo, like a fungus type thing, or
So you're saying you want the hole?
good, beautiful, wondrous, magical, handsome, tall. And this just goes on for like far too long, and then he says, Ivaris, please explain to this apparent prisoner how we propose to move forward with our accord. He seemingly does not understand.
Well, King Rempel, I would say you'd look a lot more powerful if you didn't even have to see all the prisoners to make up your mind about it, and just let it go.
I appreciate, Ivaris, I appreciate your counsel, as always, and your warmth, and the touch of your fair skin, but to goblins, seeing is believing. And so I cannot just accept some wild tale that prisoners exist or don't exist out in the world. My people will see me as weak. But I am strong, King Rempel. Bring me my prisoners, please.
Can I go to these goblins and start telling them how we found and made King Rempel and how he negotiated for his life?
Yep, roll like a persuasion.
Do any of them speak common?
They don't speak common, but that's not to say that like Craig can't. I mean, King Rempel's talking in common, so.
I'm not really trying to well, I guess I'm trying to persuade them a little bit, sure. But
yeah, so you're talking to them in common, and they like seem to acknowledge what you're saying.
They are not.
Do we
have
an accord? Ivaris, leave the short one with me, and he like points. He looks over at where Sizzler was, and like stumbles for a minute, and says like, "Whatever that one is, and bring me the rest of the prisoners, please. You and Lena may leave. Safe passage."
I'll say quietly, look, Rempel, that short thing that's really close to you, if I leave, he's probably going to stab you in the neck. And you don't want that. That's why I'm saying just let it go. Let us head to the east, get our revenge on the goblins that tied him up. And maybe those kobolds die in the process. We'll bring back their bodies.
Craig, there's a lip, like maybe a 3 or so foot lip. So you wouldn't be able to just straight shove. You could make some sort of a grapple, but you'd have to pick it up. It's not just like a straight hole. There's like a well-type lip around the hole.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's toss him through.
All right. Make a strength. Oh yeah, you pick the goblin, one of the goblins in the pile nearest to you, up over your head. What would you like to do?
Bungo! All right. I am no, not over my head.
Oh yeah, God, yeah. You could pick up 2 if you wanted, one in each hand.
Okay, well, let's do that then. And I will casually let them go through the hole.
Wait, Bungo.
Like, oh, they slipped.
Is anyone reacting to this in any reasonable way?
Yeah, I would like to gasp like the rest of the goblins.
Roll performance.
I'm surprised you didn't make the whistle sound all the way.
All right, so that I'll say under the circumstances that's passable. They accept the goblins. You seem to be blending in.
Nice.
All right, Lena, Ivaris, any reaction?
I did warn you.
All right, so 2 goblins go flying down into the well. Let's see. One grabs onto some of the vines, maybe 5 or so feet down from on the inside of the hole. The other disappears into the darkness of the well, and you just hear like, ah! King
Walk it
Rempel,
off there, buddy.
King
Walk it
Rempel
off.
immediately shouts, "Restrain that half-thing!" And they all of the goblins in the room start to move toward you, and this pile in particular, like, all try to grab you.
So is there okay? How many goblins per thingy is this?
Roughly 2 to 3. We'll say you threw 2, so there's one. There's like 7 around you right now.
So one of those piles is gone, right?
No, there's. We'll say okay. There's 1 in that pile. Still.
Okay.
So make a strength check, and these goblins are all gonna try to grab you.
So I can, if it's a grapple, they're trying to grapple me.
Yeah, they're trying to grab you.
They have to be 16.
Make a strength check. I mean, unless you're gonna. Where are you going? Where are you trying to go?
If they're grappling me, all right, I could make an acrobatics.
Right. Where are you like? Are you trying to head in a direction or?
Just, slip out of their grasp.
Yeah, I'm definitely avoiding them. As one does.
All right.
Right? If anything, I'd move closer to King Rempel.
So many goblins.
Yeah, you have 3 of them that managed to grab you.
While they're all running and trying to grab Bungo, I'm gonna saunter up as goblin-y as possible up to Ivaris.
All right, performance.
He's gonna try to stab you, Ivaris.
Yeah, you are blending like with all the commotion, Sizzler. You seem to be like one of them now, despite your best costume efforts. There's just too much going on for them to keep track of you, and so just the not even really passable costume that you have on just seems to be doing the trick under the circumstances.
Okay, and then I will lean into Ivaris and say in Bungo's voice, as he said moments earlier, "We should throw Rempel in the pit."
Do it.
How loudly do you say that?
It would have to be exactly as loud as Bungo said it, but it's still in Bungo's voice.
Okay. All right. Ivaris, Lena, are you going to do anything? Bungo's grappled.
You heard Bungo say that again.
Yeah, Bungo's grappled. A voice just in Bungo's exact voice just said aloud, "We should throw Rempel in the pit." Rempel has yet to react. Ivaris is there, and you are there. I'll let you do something, and then we're going to move to Pinrap and Ulfgar and see if they're going to do anything, and then we can move back to the contest.
I'm gonna let things play out.
All right, Ivaris?
I'll draw my sword and put it at Rempel's throat.
At Rempel's throat?
Yep.
I like where this is going.
He's your boyfriend.
Dude, I'm so happy back here.
All right.
Usually this is all me.
So you draw your sword, and I guess you're moved to try to put it at Rempel's throat. Let's see. How is Rempel?
And I'll tell him to stand down before there is a real diplomatic incident.
Well, Rempel.
Wow.
Ignore this real quick. I'm just reading.
Sure. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Pinrap and Ulfgar, I'll give you an opportunity. Is there anything that you want to do?
How long is that? How long has this been, real quick?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's been several minutes.
Okay, so not even close to an hour.
No, it hasn't been an hour.
Well, what have the kobolds been doing?
The two kobolds that you found, they are. We'll say one of them has like. After a few minutes went by, they noticed that like you weren't killing them, right? So that's a good step. That's a positive step in your relationship with the kobolds. So they one like slowly started to come out of hiding and is like picking at the ration that you left out. He hasn't officially eaten it yet. He's but he's sort of like picking at it. He's looking at it. He's like moving it between his fingers. He's like smelling it.
Well, I'm just gonna walk through the left door again and just stand guard in case goblins want to come investigate us.
Okay. What is Ulfgar? What are you doing?
I'm still eating, trying to get HP back.
All right, roll another con check.
How many times it's gonna fail?
A 1d4 or a con check?
Yeah, roll. Well, do both. I mean, you're gonna have to do both.
Gosh.
Enjoy your vinegar
you
wine.
lose 3 health. You eat a bad apple, and you lose 3 health.
I'm just gonna kill myself.
Yeah, probably.
This is how it happens every time.
What is your total health right now?
6, because you put me down to 1.
How
All
much
right.
did he eat?
I mean, you should have seen it. I mean, did you listen to last week's episode?
I did,
He ate
yeah.
a ton. Okay, so all right, we're gonna move back. We're gonna move back to the other group now. So Rempel, as you pull your sword, let's see. Rempel's definitely going to try to react to you pulling your sword out. How is he going to react is the question. Okay, he doesn't do anything in time, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so you pull your sword out. Rempel takes like a step. You pull your sword. Do you point it at him, Ivaris? How do you do?
Oh, it's like at his neck.
Do you try to grab him to put it at his neck, or do you just like hold it out toward his neck?
I'll just position myself to where I need to be, where he can't really move that much. He's like on the throne still, right?
He's standing, he's standing on the where you would sit on the stone throne. Like he's standing on that part.
I'll just put the sword up towards his neck to force him to lean back against the back of the throne.
Okay, so he clambers. He's gonna try to clamber like onto the arm that's like a little bit further away from you. Do you let him do that, or?
I'll try to get the sword around to the other side of his neck so that if he keeps going like that, he's gonna cut himself.
I'll whisper to Ivaris in common, "Get him off."
Like,
Boy,
okay.
there's got to be a better way to phrase that.
I know, that's what I'm trying to, like, how vulgar do I want to be? Okay. So, just to recap, Lena's letting it play out. Okay,
see
Bungo
where
is
this
grappled by 3 goblins, and there's still several more around him. Rempel is standing on the edge of his throne on the hand where you would place your arms. It's sort of wider. It's a stone, like a large stone throne. And Ivaris still has his sword toward him. So King Rempel is going to say, "Good Ivaris! I thought we had..." And he, like, moves his hand back and forth, like, to insinuate, like a relation, like a bond. What? Are you... Put your sword down! I will give you one opportunity to place your sword on the ground, or my subjects will become rowdy and mean.
Rempel, King Rempel, let the fucking prisoners go, and we won't have a problem.
Good, now seemingly angry Ivaris. I have instructed you numerous times. I would happily.
I cast magic missile at Rempel.
All right, so mid-sentence, Lena casts magic missile at Rempel. Okay, go ahead, do it.
3d4 plus 3.
God. All right, so also roll a d20 for me, Lena. Okay, King Rempel is blasted backward off of he's hit with 3 missiles. He's thrown backward off of the side of the throne. He slams against the wall, and he, like, up in the air, like, and he goes up in the air. He slams back against the stone wall behind him and sort of flies to the right of the throne, like slumped against the wall.
I would like to step up onto the throne.
All right.
He is the closest goblin. I mean,
And I will proclaim in Rempel's voice, I am King Rempel!
Okay.
And checkmate. Checkmate. He wins.
Roll performance. Oh God. Okay, so literally no one believes you. They all. So the goblins that, let's see, the 2 goblins, it's going to be 6 goblins behind Lena. They try to grapple her. The 9 goblins approximately behind Ivaris tried to grapple him.
They were 2 to 3, and now they're all 3.
I mean, sure. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just general.
It matters.
So, Ivaris, you can roll either some sort of a dex save or a strength save. Lena, you get the same option. Okay. All right.
Can I re-roll that with my inspiration?
Yep.
nice.
Okay, so Lena, you are grappled, and so Bungo's grappled, Lena's grappled. Ivaris, you managed to escape their grasp. Do you want to move or something? How do you want to do this?
I'll step onto the ottoman that was in front of the throne.
Yeah, it's a chest with like a.
Yeah, I'll stand on that.
Okay.
With my sword out.
All right.
Does Rempel look dead or just very wounded?
Roll a perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell. You can't tell.
He looks pretty slumped.
Okay, so Ivaris, you're just standing on the chest. Are you going to do anything else, or you just move to the chest?
When I stand up on the chest, I'll yell, does anybody else want to become king now?
Okay.
In King Rempel's voice, I say out, good Ivaris, we have a deal!
roll a performance.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. So the goblins look confused. The ones that are grabbing Bungo and the ones that are grabbing Lena are sort of distracted, but the ones that were trying to grab Ivaris look notably confused.
I want to shout out, King Rempel is weak and cannot protect you. You need someone strong like one of us to be your king.
Lena, roll Roll a dex save for me. Okay, Lena goes in the pit.
Does she get to make another save to grab onto the vine?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you get to make another dex save, Lena, but you're in the goblins have thrown you into the pit. Yep, you grab onto, maybe again similar to the goblin, one of the two goblins that Bungo threw into the pit. You grasp onto the vines on the side, maybe about between 5 and 10 feet down, we'll say, over the edge, and you are holding on with both hands for your life.
Can I use this opportunity while this commotion is to try to fight off the people who are holding me?
Yep.
Awesome. I would like to punch or stab one of them in the throat.
Okay, you're grappled. So how do you propose?
Yeah,
He's got a dagger or like a short sword. You just can't move. Your speed is 0, but you can still attack.
So let's do a dex save to like free one of your hands. You should be able to make it.
Oh, I don't need weapon. I can just kick them.
They have like they sort of like have your arms or hands, so it's going to be hard for you.
Okay, then I'll use a foot.
Okay, try to kick.
Lena.
Okay, so you hit one of them. Did you hit one of the ones that was grabbing you, or one of the ones in the area?
One of the one that was grabbing my sword hand.
Okay. Yeah, so you injured him.
All right, is he not down?
No, he's not down.
Oh, well then I'll bonus to kick him again.
Okay, that hits. Yep, that one is now down.
Okay, well that's my entire turn. Because I can't move.
So the rest of them, the other handful around, try to grab you.
The 6. Yo, I'm still grabbed. I'm still grappled.
Yeah, so you just the rest of them that are around, the other, we'll say 3 or whatever, pile on and grab you as well. Making extra care to like restrain you. Now you have like one, you know how when you're like a kid and you jump on like a parent or like a friend's legs or something, like you wrap your legs around their legs and arms around like their thighs. One's like that on you, like on each leg, and then like a couple are like holding your arms back and stuff. They don't want to get kicked in the face anymore. Okay, so Lena's in the pit. Ivaris has. Ivaris, what are you doing? You're standing on the treasure chest that was open previously. Sizzler's attempting to become King Sizzler. I'll give Ulfgar and Pinrap an opportunity to do something if they'd like.
Do we hear any of this commotion?
I don't believe. I mean, you can roll a perception. It would have to be really high though, because you're several rooms.
I never know what's going on. So I'm standing guard, making sure that none of these dead people are gonna die. So I'm just standing
okay, Ulfgar.
I am just sitting.
Ulfgar, by the way,
I'm contemplating life.
You do have a potion that was redeemed for you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay,
I'm gonna use
so
that then.
What?
I forgot that I had a potion that was redeemed.
No, I do. I have one.
No, it was for me in the chat.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's one for you, for the king, and one for him.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, great, thanks. All right, so there are more goblins start to stream in. More goblins start to stream in the door here. Pinrap, even with your not so great perception roll, you start to see like the ones in this room start to move away. Okay, so now we are back at, we'll say, Ivaris.
Yeah,
that group.
I want to pick up Rempel.
Okay.
And Is he just like dead weight, completely out, or is he resisting?
No, he's not completely out. He will resist.
Okay.
Are you gonna try to pick him up still?
Yeah.
All right, let's get a strength or something, some strength modifier. And Rempel's
Not so great.
okay. Yeah, so you can't pick Rempel up. He, as you down to pick him up, he pushes your arms back away from you. As you like reach down, he pushes your arms away, and he's not gonna go lightly. He just yells in response. He just yells, "Long live King Rempel!"
Which I will immediately echo.
Make a performance. Okay, yeah. So there's like you. It's a perfect echo. So this is like, "Long live King Rempel," and then you hear like again, "Long," and then you hear like rumblings amongst the goblins, like "Ah!" And with that, the goblins that have Bungo Bungo grappled are going to try to throw Bungo into the pit.
Bring it.
I want some sort of strength modified roll, Craig.
Grappling is all acrobatics or athletics or dex.
They're trying to pick you up.
Strength.
No, they have you grappled. They're trying to pick you up.
I'm squirming out. I'm not strong. I just, double jointed everywhere again.
You
right?
gotta fight, man. You got a whole
Worm
bunch
and-
of them on you. You gotta pit there. You gotta fight them off with strength
Why do you have to fight him off with strength? I disagree.
because you have like a bunch of goblins all like on top of you. You can't. You're not gonna be able to dex wiggle your way out of that. You need to fight them off.
14.
All right, let's see.
Two.
I need to get two rolls. Oh, I got two. Okay, yep. Bungo is in the pit.
One roll.
All right, Bungo is also hanging on. So now there's a goblin hanging on inside the pit. There's a Bungo hanging on inside the pit, and there's Alina hanging on inside the pit. And then all the goblins just start chanting, "Pit, pit, 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 pit." It's like the scene from Sarlacc pit in Star Wars all over again. Pit, 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 pit.
It's too bad the fish tank has no idea what's going on.
So Ivaris, let's see. These goblins are going to start to head toward you, and the goblins who were not grappled on Bungo are going to start to head toward you on this side. What are you going to do?
This side of the pit it's covered in vines, right?
The whole inside of the pit, as far as you can see down, which isn't super far, it does get very black very quickly. But as far as you can tell, there are, there are vines that sort of all on the inside of the pit. Yeah.
Okay.
And like some they like arch over too. You know what I mean? It's not just only on the inside. It's sort of all encompassing.
All right. I'll look over at the green painted Kenku and say, probably time to climb this pit. And climb over.
You climb over the pit?
Yeah.
All right. So Ivaris throws himself into the pit, okay? But in a controlled fashion that allows him to just grasp onto the vines without having to make some sort of a save. Sizzler?
I hope I pronounced his name correctly.
That was pretty good. Oh,
Sizzler?
God. In an attempt to get them to not to pull Bungo out, I'm gonna motion my hands up in the air and in King Rempel's voice say, Restrain that half thing!
All right, make a performance. Okay, they Can you make your request more clear?
I can't say things that I haven't heard. So it has
Yeah,
to
if
be an
I
exact
can.
sentence.
Okay. So the goblins like
Whatever
sort
the
of look
kids
at you
have going.
in the pit, and he's like maybe 5 or 10 feet down. So they look at you sort of confused.
But I was gesturing my hands up, if that helps them.
It does not help them.
God damn it.
So you have their attention. They're all sort of looking at you.
I will say in Rempel's voice, "You may leave."
All right, roll performance. All right, so the goblins that just came in, who like have started to witness this whole this thing, they start to filter out. The actual King Rempel gets up, and with his inspiration, yeah, he shoves you from behind into the pit.
That is rude.
He just you just feel this like force behind you, just two-hand push you.
So
Into
can
the
I make
pit.
some sort of save here?
No, because it was so far, yeah, I'll let you make a dexterity save with advantage. Because he had to push you pretty far. Yep, you are, again, also you're sort of, 5-10 feet down in the pit. So now Lena's 5 foot down, hanging onto the pit. Bungo's 5 or 10 feet down, hanging onto the pit. Sizzler's 5 to 10 feet down, hanging on the pit. There's a goblin 5 to 10 feet down, hanging onto the pit, and Ivaris is sort of where he wants to be in the pit because he climbed down on his own volition.
Correction: there are 2 goblins hanging down on the pit.
No, one went all the way down and is like.
No. There's no Sizzler. There are
I see.
two goblins
Okay.
dangling on the vines.
Fair.
I cast magic missile at Rempel.
Do you have to see him?
Yeah.
No.
You can't see him.
We established that last time. You do.
So the goblin that's hanging, what vine is he on? Is he on a
He's
different
like
vine?
between Bungo. Wait, which? There's 2 goblins next to each other, and in between Bungo and Ivaris. Bungo and Ivaris. Yeah. And out of the top of the the whole room now is just echoing. Pit, 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 pit. It's like all echoing down into. It's just getting louder and louder and louder, and it's echoing down into the whole pit, 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 pit. All right, so we're gonna take a break from this group for a second. So, Pinrap, what you start to see is goblins stream out of here
Through
right?
the smoke.
Yeah. Is the smoke still up? How long is the smoke?
Yeah, an hour.
Holy shit. Okay. So you can't see anything then, but what you hear is just you hear like this rumbling of like goblins chanting something in like just in unison, just like this like this dark like like over, and it's just getting louder, louder and louder, and it's echoing through this hallway.
Like a true courageous soul, I stand my guard because I have to defend my weak friend from being murdered.
All right, Ulfgar, roll a perception. Yeah, you hear this. You hear this like rolling, echoey, like just I don't know, like it's almost like a drum beat, like a timpani drum, like you can hear that there are lots of goblins and they're saying the same thing and they're heading in your direction.
Oh, in our direction.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do what I tried to do last time. I'm gonna use the HP potion.
Okay.
So
It's
the
2d4 plus 2.
All right, here comes another cheese.
All right.
So
No, you're
that's
12 at least.
6, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna get up and walk to the door and ask Pinrap what that noise is.
As you can probably see, I can't see.
Well, okay then.
I mean, Pinrap, you do have the option to remove the smoke cloud to see what's headed toward you.
Well, you see, I'm
Wait.
pretty intimidated.
Wait, can I just do something real quick?
What would you like to do?
Message.
Sure, but what are you gonna message because the timing is like goofy?
I'm gonna tell Pinrap we're all stuck in the pit.
Okay, sure.
All right. Then, with that knowledge, I'll share it with Ulfgar and suggest that we hide
Pinrap,
within the
just
smoke.
keep in mind, Pinrap, you can reply. I think you get one reply, right, Lena?
Oh, well then
Yeah,
I'll
he
reply with, "What do you mean?"
We're stuck in a pit.
I'll let you. Yeah, Lena, you can reply again. Like you can clarify with him. I'm gonna make you roll on the wild magic too.
Okay. We're right now hanging off of vines in the pit.
I mean, like I'm gonna make you roll a 1d20 to clarify.
Okay. All right. Well, since I know that, I'm gonna share that knowledge with Ulfgar and suggest we hide within the smoke so they don't find us.
Agreed. I am down with that plan.
All right, so you guys can move where you want to move.
Which should be within my movement.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
35 movement, so I'm gonna go like this.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
All right, so you all hear just the same like rolling drum beat type sound all around you, just echoing all around you. Getting closer, getting farther, just constant echoing of this drum beat as goblins
What the hell are they coming in here for?
all around.
Shouldn't they be going to their king?
No.
The king
No.
told them to leave, remember?
And then fell down the pit by accident.
Okay. All right, so we can go back to the other group. So you guys aren't going to do anything else? You're just going to sit there and hide or something?
For now, yeah.
Now, yeah.
If there's a big drumming all around us, I don't think we want to move.
I think we'll die if we do anything else.
Okay, so how long does an hour, right?
An hour.
Okay. Okay, so there are going to be portions where like the sound fades a little bit, but like you still hear like scuffling all around.
Wait, which group are you with right now?
I'm talking to you guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go back to the group that is in the pit. If you would like to roll some sort of initiative to fight, you can
How long are these vines? Do we know? Can we see anything about these vines?
I mean, you can see that they go down into the hole, and they definitely. I mean, you saw them on the other side of the half wall too, so you know they go up and over the half wall, and then you know that they definitely go down below you.
I still have the light thing on my pendant. Can we see it?
Yeah, shine your breastplate down and see how far these vines can go, if you can tell.
You can't see to. Is that what you do, Lena?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can't see like when you shine it down. It's still like black darkness under you, but it seems like the vines definitely go down all the way that the light show.
We could climb down.
That was my plan.
Okay.
Let's start shimmying.
Okay, so Ivaris, you would be first in the initiative. Well, I mean, Lena and Sizzler, do you want to roll initiative or? Sorry, Sizzler, if you click, there's a button that literally says initiative. It should be like sort of in the top middle if you're on the core tab of the character.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so Ivaris, you're gonna go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb and then take my action to double move and continue climbing.
Down?
Yep.
Okay. Then the goblins all go. And the goblins are going to move to the outside of the ring. Some of them are going to peer down. And you hear King Rempel sort of like lamenting, if you will. Ivaris! The betrayal! The betrayal! And now it is Lena's turn. And the rest of the goblins are still yelling, pit, 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 pit.
I'm gonna climb down.
Okay, so you can go your movement down. Each of you can go your movement down, which is, what, 30, 25, 30?
30 feet.
Now we are on Bungo. What are you going to do, Bungo?
I'd like to spring up out of the hole right here.
All right, so how far can you, what's the jumping rule?
Well, it's, crawl and then spring up, that type of deal.
I mean, you have to jump, you have to go, you're like 5 or 10, between 5 and 10 feet down. Then you have to make it over a 4-foot half wall. And then you have to miss all of the goblins that are on the edge already and make it over there.
So he's like a super Obi-Wan Kenobi move right now.
Yeah, you're going to have to like do the craziest Jedi.
Well, can't he just jump off the goblin that's next to him?
I mean, he could try. You could certainly add that to it. I'll lower the DC a little bit, but that's still like an insane.
How is it insane? You crawl up, I get up
because you're like 7 feet
hold
down
on.
Hanging on.
All right, I crawl up. Hold on, I'm giving you the visual here.
Okay.
You crawl up the vines, right?
All right.
You shimmy up to the top of the wall.
Okay.
Very easy enough, right? Push yourself up. There's goblins everywhere. You stomp on their heads and get into a space that's free, right next to the king, which was
you have to,
unoccupied. See, it's unoccupied.
You have to move past like at least one, and like 3 more goblins to do that. So how do you propose?
Well, there was only 6
you're gonna get past
total
all of those
in
hands?
These 3. There's
right,
only
and
6
then there's
of them.
one, and there's also one hanging next to you that is probably not just gonna like let you randomly just like walk past and do whatever you want to do. So it's 6 hands on the edge of the pit, plus 1 in the pit. Well, plus Sizzler, the Sizzler goblin, who if he wants to attack you too. I don't know.
He was all the way down. But if they want to attack as I'm getting there, that's certainly their prerogative. I mean, if I pass them, I'm not passing a lot of them.
You're passing all of them.
I'm only passing the 3 on this side. The other 3 are still
they're leaning. But you have to like picture the visual. So they're leaning over the half wall, right? By and large, like yelling "pit, pit, pit" with their hands in the air, and you're gonna try to. And there's one literally right next to you in the pit, hanging on as well. And you're gonna try to climb past all of them, make it over the 4-foot half wall that they're all leaning over, yelling "pit, pit, pit" with their hands in the air.
It's just a simple flip. Certainly,
they're not going to.
They're small creatures.
They're gonna.
Right?
They're definitely. Listen. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you, they're definitely all going to try to stop you from doing that.
Well, if they're leaning over the pit, couldn't he just like pull some of them down and throw them into the pit?
Yeah, he could try. He could try. That would. I mean, that
would be leaving all of their reach, right? So there's not like they have an opportunity attack per se.
Well, you're leaving at least 4 of their reaches. Yes.
Well, if he's 7 to 10 feet down, why don't you just shimmy around first and then up?
There you go.
And then you're just leaving 1.
So it would be from here to here. Well, he's in the pit. I'd be on the edge.
You'd have to make it past 1 goblin and Sizzler.
Okay.
2 goblins.
2 goblins.
Sorry, I keep saying
I would like to make it past 2 goblins.
You'd have to make it past 2 goblins.
I'm leaving 1 goblin who's hanging on to the pit with his life for his life. Absolutely, I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right, he's gonna try to jump on your back, and he does it. You now have a goblin on your back.
I would also like to jump on his back.
Yeah, do it. Roll.
What am I roll? What am I rolling?
Any dex-based roll, you can choose it. I'll let you do it.
What's
Are
a
you jumping
dex-based
on-
roll?
Any,
Acrobatics.
yeah, acrobatics or just a dex.
Oh, okay, I see.
Any roll that gives you that's modified by dexterity in some fashion.
Or sleight of hand or stealth.
No, so you try to jump on his back, and you miss, and you let go of the ropes for a sec. You let go of the vines for a second, and you slip maybe another 10 feet down.
Okay.
So am I now encumbered by this extra goblin?
Very much so.
You said I was 5 feet down.
Yeah, you're about, we'll say 7. I said between 5 and 10. So you're about 7
Okay.
feet down. You have a goblin on your back.
So it takes all my movement to get up and out.
Yeah, definitely. I would say so.
Sure. But
All
he's
right, so
still
where-
on my back.
Where are you popping out?
On the edge here where
So pick a space either to the north or to the west, and that's where you go. There you go.
okay. Took my movement to get here. Now I'd like to stab King Rempel.
with a goblin on your back.
All right,
Yes.
give it a go.
Ugh.
Nope.
So tiring.
The goblin on your back is just too distracting, and as you like try to pull your short sword out, it just like you sort of make a single motion, like pull your short sword out and slash, and it just goes off to the left because the goblin on your back is like has his hands over your arms and your shoulders, etc.
Yeah, I'd like to try to use the momentum and give him a sweeping hook kick, which I of course
I'm
miss.
sorry, you're giving King Rempel a hook kick, or you're trying to throw.
I'm giving Rempel.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
you whiff at that too. You like,
I
it's just
completely.
it's too unwieldy with a goblin on your back.
Totally. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Not my fault. Okay, I'm done.
Hashtag not Bungo's fault. Okay, so we go back to.
I am rolling like myself, and not like Bungo usually does.
You're rolling
Oh
like
my
Craig
God.
the DM rolls, not like Bungo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Save Bungo.
no, actually, we'll go back to Ulfgar and Pinrap. Ulfgar and Pinrap, same thing is sort of happening still. You're in the fog cloud. It seems like there have been some sounds that were sort of fading. So there's a fade of sounds, but it's still. I mean, you could still tell that there are some around you, but it does not seem like there are as many. The chants are much lower and less intense than they were several minutes ago.
All right. I'd like to sneak straight forward through that door in front of me.
Straight forward through
To the north.
To the north.
Yep.
Door into north.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll. I'm trying to think how. Roll a. I don't know.
Stealth?
Yeah, roll a stealth, and we'll.
All right.
You're gonna be moving right past.
Where is it? Hell yeah.
Holy. Okay, so. I mean, I might as well just. Okay, so the Pinrap, Ulfgar, you can't make it through the door because Pinrap doesn't make it through the door.
Back up.
Yes, the backup one, Ulfgar. So Ulfgar, they don't see you though, or they don't notice you. But Pinrap, you feel two hands grab your shoulders as you see. Not two hands. I'm sorry. You feel hands on each of your shoulders, like clamp down on you.
Can I
and you
quickly try to like shake them off and run through the door as fast as I can?
Yeah,
Like down the hall?
I'll let you do a strength-based roll or a dex-based roll, but it's going to be tough. Let's see.
Oh.
Nope, you did it.
Oh.
Go ahead. I'll let you use the rest of your movement through the door.
All right, give me 1 millisecond. I had from here, so I had to here 10, 15. Go one more. All right.
All right, cool. So, okay, Ulfgar, it's your turn now. I wouldn't say that you exactly saw what happened, but like there was an abrupt stop. Obviously, you were both moving together, sort of in unison. There was an abrupt stop, and then you just like the shadow that was Pinrap just dashed away.
Okay.
If you
Do
want to
I gotta
continue
keep
moving,
running?
yeah. If you want to continue moving, you're gonna have to make a stealth check again because the goblins around you are sort of like, what the fuck? Just they're also gonna try to obviously move the door.
Okay, if I get this stealth check, I want to run through with my hands out wide so I slap him all the way through.
Okay, I'll definitely let you do that. Do it.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, here we go.
Oh shit, that's great. Holy shit. Okay.
That's why I said. That's
Oh
why
my
I said
God, I'm
if
so
because
happy.
I knew
Okay,
I
so
wasn't gonna do
okay,
this.
so move. There are you as you're trying to run through the door, Ulfgar, you literally run into the back of several goblins, and then several other goblins run into the back of you. You're like just a train. You managed to be inside of a train of goblins.
Perfect.
How am I gonna get through this? Can I strength save to throw them all off to the side? Because
Yeah,
I can see now.
I'll let you do a strength save.
Oh gosh, I already know what's gonna happen. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, thank goodness.
Hey.
Thank goodness.
All right, let's see. Roll me one more.
Oh, look at that.
It's about time I get some good rolls. Jeez.
All right.
One that
Yeah.
got the
So
most.
I will let you barrel through the ones in front of you or behind you. You choose.
The ones in front of me, I'm running.
Okay. So go ahead, and you can use half of your movement from the place that you are and move in any direction you want.
The place I am.
Yep.
So I'd be like right here.
Okay. All right. So we are back at. Oh, actually, well, we'll do this move. So these goblins, the goblins that you ran into, are going to try to. You see them, obviously. Well, we'll say that the fog isn't. You could see them. We'll say that you could see the goblins Ulfgar that you just barreled through, obviously, because you just barreled through them. So you know that they are chasing you. You can't like see them. If you wanted to like engage them, you'd probably have disadvantage. But you certainly know that they're there. I'll let you each take one more move.
One more of our full movement.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, literally whatever you want to do. If you want to run,
right.
you can run. If you
I'm
want
gonna keep running down the hall then.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Same.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
you can
here because I have 35 moves.
Okay.
Do you guys want to double move?
Yeah, you can dash if you don't.
Ooh, I'm
you
doing
can
that
do
then.
an action. Yeah.
What do we have to roll for the dash?
You
Nothing,
just
it's just,
use your
it's
action to
use
move
your
again
action
instead.
to move your
Oh yeah.
movement again.
Me and Pinrap are flying through these halls.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so you if are you like looking behind you at all or no?
No, I'm just
Not yet.
running.
No. We're just running for our lives.
Roll a perception. Of both of you.
Hey, I can see something.
Okay,
Maybe.
so you again you hear like the rolling, rumbling, chanting again. Like it's starting up again, and it's echoing down this hall that you're in now. And it's getting louder, and like the drum beat is getting louder and louder and louder.
Okay, can I do this just because somebody said in the chat? Can I take one more step forward on the door?
Yeah, you can, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Yeah, roll a strength save. Or some strength-based roll. Yeah, it's formidable. You knock on the door, and it's certainly loud enough to be heard on the inside. Okay, so we're gonna go back to where are we on the? Hold on, Ulfgar, roll me a perception now too. Ulfgar, roll a perception.
I was just trying to
Okay.
find it.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
So you hear King Rempel say like, "Oh, what the fuck? Not this again." Okay. So then on the inside, where are we in the order? So Ivaris, I think we're back at you.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. No. Sizzler gets to go, and then we're back at Ivaris.
I'm gonna shimmy down the vines with my full movement.
Okay. So you go like another 25 or 30 feet down.
So I was roughly 15 before after I fell off Bungo. So I'm probably like 45, 50 now.
Sure. You don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
Okay. Ivaris, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to double move down. I've got dark vision, so I'll
Okay,
I'll
you
be
can
pretty far, but I think I'll be
yeah,
okay.
you can start to see a faint glow down below you.
Okay. About how far down is that?
You would imagine you're about halfway down.
Okay, so I think it's probably what, like 150 feet total.
Yeah, I would say like around roughly 100. You would estimate.
All right, I'll call that back up. It's about 100 feet to the bottom.
Okay, so now it is the goblins' turn, and they are going to try to. King Rempel yells, "Back in the pit!" and points to Bungo, and the goblins are going to try to shove Bungo back in the pit. Bungo, do you want to make some sort of a dex save?
I would love to make a deck save.
I'm sure you would. Holy shit! Okay, it doesn't even matter. They just can't seem. They cannot seem to get Bungo, but they certainly surround him. I mean, like literally all of them are trying to, like they all rush to Bungo, because he's really the only thing for them to do now. Okay, so now it is. No, it's Lena's turn. Sorry, Lena. What would you like to do?
I want to double move down the vines.
Let's see.
So
Rempel.
60 feet.
All right, double move down the vines. Okay. All right, so you don't have dark vision though either, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I
then
have
Here's the
light.
amulet.
yeah, then you can. Oh, true. Then you can see the same thing that Ivaris can see. You can see that you're getting quite close to the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna go back to. It's Bungo's turn.
Yes, I'm gonna finish what I started.
Well,
Do you still have the goblin on your back?
Rempel. No, you still have a goblin on your back,
Mhm.
and also Rempel has disengaged from you, and another goblin
What?
has taken it. Yeah,
I
another
missed
goblin.
that part. I missed that part.
Okay, well, he's disengaged from you, and another goblin has. I mean, he didn't attack you or anything, so he disengaged from you, and another goblin has taken his. The goblins have surrounded him. He's not a henchman. He's a king, so he doesn't do his own dirty work.
Okay, which one is him? Which one
He's-
is?
He's back here. He's surrounded by. Oh, sorry, I don't have the. He's this one back here.
Okay.
The closest one to that ping. Yeah, that. Yeah. What would you like to do?
Can I climb up against the wall, go into the pit, using the vines on the pit, shimmy over to the free area, and then climb back over the wall over to you?
Yeah, you're gonna take 1,000 attacks of opportunity, but you can definitely do that.
Can I turn around and use the goblin on my back as a shield?
You can try, but at the same
All right.
time, like the goblin on your back is also going to try to like kill you, basically.
So I'll disengage then.
Okay.
Can I run? Since this is a wall, can I run along the edge of the wall since it's raised?
You can get. So you're gonna try to get on the top of the wall, right,
Yep.
and run along the edge. Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Sweet.
I'm gonna give the goblin that's on your back one opportunity to try to pull you, like with his weight, into the pit. Like sacrifice himself to pull you into the pit.
Oh, okay. They do that. Sure.
And it's either gonna be a strength or a constitution. Which would you like to use?
Constitution.
Yeah.
You're going out of your way to avoid dex.
No, please. I gave you the dex to max out dex on the grab.
Is it? You said strength or constitution? Why constitution of all things?
Because he's heavy.
Like he's biting you. I mean, he's doing everything in his power to get you into this pit.
I'll take the. I guess athletics, sure.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, so he's like he is trying. He's Bungo. He's trying his hardest. He's like biting you. He's like digging his nails into you. He's like shaking back and forth on your back as you run along the wall, try to pull you in with him. And just try as he might, he just can't. He can't muster the strength to get you in that pit. So you pop out on the other side of the wall.
Yep.
Okay. Are you getting off the wall now? You're like down in the ground.
Yeah,
again?
I'm down off the wall again. I'm
Okay.
next to Rempel.
All right. So now we are. It is Ulfgar and Pinrap, and you can set yourself in order however you want, and you're going to go after Bungo from now on.
All right, I want to go first.
All right.
I want to see if I can open the.
Yep. The door swings open.
I'm going to take one quick look in there. And I
it's
see
it's
Bungo.
yeah, as you open the door too, it's just like that rolling noise that you were hearing closing in on you. It just erupts out of the door. Like it is raucous in there. The sound just explodes out of the door, almost like physically pushing you back.
Can I see what Bungo's doing in there? Do I have like a direct eyesight?
You can see him standing, on the edge, I would say.
Okay.
Can we yell to Bungo?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Bungo! Hello!
They're killing us.
That does not look fun.
So,
Me
Are you
and
doing anything?
Pinrap have to debate real quick. Do we
Yeah,
go
go
in
for it.
there?
Give you-
I want to run in there and kill them all, so I'm going in. I have to help
Okay.
my midget friend.
Pinrap, I'm just going to give you a quick heads up. Again, just a reminder. One is that if you get on your pit if you get in the pit on your own volition, you do not have to make a dex save. Two,
Yeah.
each of those goblins more or less represents 2 to 3 goblins.
So, because there's so many, if we want to, make a swipe with, 3 targets, we could freely do that since there's so many?
Yeah, 2 targets with disadvantage. You can
Are
certainly
you
try.
sure we can't do, 5 since
No,
there's
I'm-
28,000?
I'm positive that you can't do 5.
Well, that's cheeky.
And again, neither of you are dex-based characters, so I'm just going to give you a friendly warning that falling 100 feet into a pit is not going to be fun.
Excuse me?
What if I ran, grabbed 5 goblins, and jumped in there and used them as cushions?
I'll allow you to try to take goblins out with you as you dive into the pit, but you're going to have to position it properly. Because
I also recommend you rage on the way down.
there's no
Yeah, I was
goblins
going to rage.
There's no goblins between you and the pit right now, so you're gonna have to loop around.
Can I ask Bungo if he needs help?
I mean, you can
Bungo,
shout that to
what
him.
are you doing?
Kill
And
Rempel.
where is everybody at?
Kill Rempel. Everyone's in the pit.
That's scary.
All right,
Okay.
I'll let you. Now
Can
it's
I
your opportunity.
run, grab Rempel and whatever goblins are near him, and jump into the pit?
I will let you try to grab any of these. No, I can't click them, but any of the 3 goblins that Bungo is touching.
These one?
Yeah, one of them is Rempel. Okay, but they are. You're gonna have to make some sort of a save. You convince me of what it is.
I suggest
Well,
strength.
with disadvantage, and they're all going to get to roll with advantage, seeing an angry dwarf barreling toward them as fast.
yeah, I was gonna do a strength save to see if I could see how many I could pick up.
Yeah, do it. But it's going to be with disadvantage though.
If
And
you
then-
rage, you'll have advantage.
Yeah, you'll have
Yeah.
normal. You'll have
No,
normal.
no,
if
I'm
you
raging.
rage.
I'm gonna rage. Yeah, I
Okay,
know
so
that.
you get to do it normal. So do a strength save normal.
And then I was gonna do athletics to see how well I jump into the pit.
Okay, do a normal strength save, and then do athletics.
Which, if he's raging, he should have advantage on athletics.
Oh yeah, okay, so you get to roll again on athletics.
Oh, thank goodness!
Yeah,
It's still gonna be like a 5.
no joke. I'm not even bullshitting.
Oh,
you.
thank goodness!
If you had rolled another fail, you were face diving into the pit all the way to the bottom. They would find your crumpled corpse at the bottom of the pit, straight up dead.
Okay, so how many do I grab as I run in?
Okay, hold on. They have to roll.
Oof. Oof.
Jeez, these are strong little things.
Okay, so I will let you get.
Roll one more because one of them's the king.
Okay, so you get 3. You did not get the king though.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the top 2 and then one from the left of us,
Okay.
and then I'm jumping in.
All right. Let's see if they make dex.
They have to be better than a 19 though.
No. Sorry. They all just plop into the. You're gonna have to make a dex save. They all fall into the pit. Okay, you also fall into the pit.
Well, that was the plan. I'm just using them as a cushion.
Yeah, his plan was to ride them down.
Yeah, they're my cushions as I land.
Okay.
This is some like Slim Pickens kind of shit, I think.
So everyone in the party except for Bungo and Pinrap are in the pit. Everyone who's in the pit, with the exception of Ulfgar, is hanging onto the vines. Ulfgar is currently free falling with 3 goblins under him, as if that's going to save him falling 100 feet.
You never know.
Well, we're certainly going to find out. But you're not super deep in Ulfgar right now. You're about 7 feet in the pit. Like you're just in the middle of the pit, like arms splayed out with 3 goblins under you. Just free falling.
This was a perfect image. This is exactly what I was thinking.
Can I hurl a thunderstone at Ulfgar to try to knock him into the wall so he can grab onto the vines?
Yes, on your turn, I will let you do that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at Ivaris. No, sorry, Pinrap. We're at Pinrap and then Ivaris.
Well, I sort of want to run next to my friend Bungo.
Oh wait, hey, are
These 2 goblins at the top are gone. Those 2 are with me.
Wait, yeah, which ones are gone, real quick?
No, you took 1 from each pile.
No, I took 3 of them though. So
sure. So then you took 2 from the down pile and 1 from. There's still 1 up here. Right? And
I thought there was a king in these 3.
Yeah, the king dodged though. This is the king over here.
And I want
was the first roll.
I want to use bless on my friend Bungo.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that.
Can you click it? Is that a bonus action or is that your action?
That's my action or bonus action? Action.
Hey, the fog cloud goes away.
Yeah. We don't need that really anymore.
Okay.
It's gonna be me. Can I use that? Do I have to see them? Within range? I think they're in range. They're definitely within range.
Of who? Who's they?
Bungo, me, and Ulfgar.
All right, I'll let you. I'll let you put it on Ulfgar, but it's the 3 of you. Yeah, it's fine.
What does bless do?
So
it adds 1d4.
A saving throw
to that.
You get to add a d4 to it. It's actually really helpful.
Thank goodness.
Right, so I'm doing that.
Okay.
And then I want to climb into the pit as a bonus action, if that's okay.
Yeah, you can climb into the pit.
Okay, I'm climbing in, but not far down. I'm just gonna hold on like a little bit so they can't see me.
have no idea why the others.
So
we just decided to join
let me get this straight. Yeah, so like, you watch Ulfgar literally look at you, like his eyes light on fire. He's raging. He just sprints into the room. You see the door explode open. He sprints into this room where people are just yelling pit, 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 like essentially the goblin version of that. He runs in, he splays his arms out, somehow misses Bungo, just grabs 3 of them on his way down, and you just see him swan dive into the pit with these 3 goblins in his arms, right? Just arms splayed out like he's some sort of Olympian diver, just right in. Then you run in and you look around, and then you just cast bless quickly, and then you also just hop over the wall into the pit yourself.
Hell yeah! It's not like I'm just gonna stand there. I can't attack them.
So
I gotta get away.
How far down do you go?
5 feet.
Okay, 5 feet. That's all, and then your turn is done?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so then we go to Lena. Lena, what are you gonna do?
Keep climbing down the pit.
Oh no, sorry. I think we actually go to. I apologize. I think we actually go to the Bungo and then.
Bungo!
Nope, I
I would
lied.
like-
Okay, so Lena climbs down.
Ah.
Lena climbs down. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I got the order. Okay, so Lena climbs down. Lena, you should be on the ground now to use your full movement.
Okay.
Lena is
What-
going to be
what do
terrified
I
when she
see?
looks upward.
Sure. So, you see. Oh God, this is all so messy. Half of you are in one place. Half of you are in a completely different place. Oy. Okay, Lena. So you see. Basically, you're in sort of an open cavern, and you see this like luminescent, like think the movie Avatar, like luminescent fungus and like violet lights, and like the walls and the ceilings of this wide cavern are just covered with these like luminescent plants, and they're moving, and flowers and things of that nature. It's cold. You can sort of smell, you know, fungus and decay, of like sort of the dampness of some sort of an underground cavernous garden type area. There's like your feet, you're sort of stepping on moss and stone. Seems like there's like rotting vegetation, remains of cave animals, etc., covers the floor, and there's like several varieties of just different sort of underground type plants, fungus, mushrooms, etc., that sort of cover the just all of the areas that you can see. Most of them are growing luminescent, glowing luminescent, and there's a few sort of like actual tree type saplings as well.
Similar to the tree I have in my backpack.
Roll a perception. Yep, similar to the tree that you have in your backpack.
Okay. Is there like a little place I can like step into to get away from like whatever's up above the tunnel?
Yeah, sure. You can like back. I mean, the tunnel doesn't, the pit doesn't encompass the entire room. The room is massive, so you can certainly
Okay.
like take, I don't know, take like step 20 or however many feet back, and you'll be like definitely clear of like anything flying into the cavern.
Anything falling down the pit.
Yeah, any falling dwarf.
Who's still up ahead, like on the wall, climbing down with us?
You can
Climbing
probably
down
see
is
him.
currently Pinrap. You see like two. You see a goblin-ish, a goblinoid creature. You see Ivaris, and you probably don't see. That's probably all you see right now.
now.
I'll whisper to Ivaris and tell him that the landing seems pretty cool. It's not like spiked or anything that'll kill
It's
you.
pretty cool.
It's not instant death.
Thanks for the heads up.
Lena, you also see the body of a large goblin.
Ooh,
Recently deposed goblin.
check his body for loot.
Save his head.
Well, there's going to be like 4 things falling down this pit, so I'm assuming that either a goblin or Ulfgar is going to crush his head.
Yeah, I'll step away from the tunnel opening into like 10 feet back.
Sure, not a problem. I just wanted to let you know that's what. Okay. All right. So now we're at Bungo's turn.
All right,
Murder the king.
let's try this again. Murdering the king.
Okay.
Ugh. Well, 14 hit. I'm just trying to see if the bless helps at all.
A 14.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
max
if
with
I
a
crit.
14 hit.
If I crit-
Yeah, no, yeah, 14 would hit.
Well, 11
No,
won't.
11 doesn't.
All right. Well, let's kick him in the jaw.
You hit. Yep. He gets kicked in the jaw.
Wow.
Yep.
He does not look happy.
All right. So,
All right, so now we're on
Sizzler.
Sizzler, yeah. Sizzler?
I think. Well, I'm just trying to think here.
Oh, sorry, correct. Yeah, do you have is your turn over?
I think, as much as I want to kill the king, I don't think this is happening for me.
Swan dive, dude. Swan dive.
No, but I will. I will, with haste, move into the pit.
All right.
I'm in the pit, but not that far down. Maybe only like 5 feet.
Okay, sure. You see the goblins like rush. You see goblin faces like rush after you and like look over the edge. And you hear Rempel's voice. That's right. You better run. All right. So
Sizzler.
I would like to throw a thunderstone at Ulfgar in an attempt to knock him into the vines.
Okay, go for it. Do you have to roll something for that, or is that just a cast?
I think he has to make a save, or can he opt not to make a save against it?
I guess for the safety of my 6 HP, I should probably do it.
It doesn't do it doesn't do damage, so.
No. For me falling.
I know,
100
but
feet
the
in a
ground
pit.
will do damage. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you. Here's how this will play out in my mind. I'll just let you hit him, right? And he doesn't have to make a con save. That's fine. But he has to make a dex save to see if he can grab the wall.
Oh,
but I'll let him do it with.
gosh.
I'll let him do it with advantage. If he lets go of the 3 goblins.
No,
Dang
you
it!
You have to save the goblins. Have to save
Choices,
them.
choices.
Yeah, so your options are if you keep the goblins, then you're gonna have to grab the wall with disadvantage because you're holding 3 goblins.
Well, they weren't. I was never holding them. I was using them as a cushion, so they're just free falling underneath me.
That's what I'm saying. If you let go of them, then I'll let you try to grab the wall with advantage.
Oh, so tempting. All right, I'll grab the ball.
All right, roll. So Sizzler, you hit him with the stone. It pushes him into the wall. So now he's like facing. He lets go of the goblins. He's facing the wall. Both of his hands are out, and you roll the dex save with advantage.
This is gonna be so bad.
Okay, you grab it. You grab onto the vines.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness you had advantage.
I've just given myself up to like all rolls. I've just
Okay,
like,
Sizzler, do you
accepted
climb
the
down,
fact
or-
that
Yeah, I
can't.
will use all of my remaining movement and options to move
Okay,
further
so
down the pit.
yeah, I will let you touch down.
Touchdown!
6
I am
points.
going to need you to roll a dex save.
Ooh.
You have
Catch
to
my
avoid the
goblins,
falling
Brian.
goblins.
Yeah, you dive out of the way and narrowly avoid a goblin landing right at your feet. Blood splatters all over you. Like goblin blood is everywhere. Goblin like little pieces of bone are like
Goblin
flying into
guts,
your face.
yeah.
Yeah, you barely get to cover your face before you just get splattered with goblin blood and guts. Okay, so we're back at the top of the order. I think so. Ivaris.
I will
Oh,
continue.
Pinrap. Yeah, sorry, Pinrap.
Ooh.
No, it's me. No. I just went. Never mind.
Yeah, he went first before
Oh,
me.
yeah, I
didn't
let
he?
you do the dex save. So Pinrap, you go.
Okay. Well, since I'm not too far down and I'm 5 feet, can I grab any of those goblins and pull them down?
You can try, but they're not like their hands are over the edge. So you'd have to go back up and then try to pull them back down.
Wait, you said their hands are over the edge?
No, I'm saying their hands are like not. They're like looking over their hands are like on the. I mean, if you'd imagine like a goblin who's like about 4 or 5 feet tall, max, like they wouldn't be able to reach down into the pit. Their hands are just like on top
Plus,
of the
there's a
lip.
4-foot wall that's standing right
Yeah,
there.
and they're like
too.
just looking down over you. They can barely get their head over like the edge to look down at you.
Fine, I'll just do a double move down.
All right, so I will let you.
That's just 60.
I'll let you get down too. You got to roll a dex save for me.
What? Wait,
Give
hang
me a
on.
dodge one,
If
too.
one of those goblins is falling down, it's gonna hit the floor before I get there. It got in the pit before I did.
Look, this is how we're doing it. Ulfgar wanted to throw 3 goblins into the pit, and I'm letting you go all the way down. So you're gonna have to dodge a falling goblin. Okay, I same thing. You barely dive out of the way before you just get splattered with goblin blood. it's everywhere. It's like in your ear crevices. It's like in your
Ew.
fish nose. Like you got some in your mouth.
Oh, that tastes so good.
Yeah, you did not have. Sizzler had the opportunity to like cover his face really fast. You did not cover your face. Your mouth was open.
I accept it with open arms, my mouth wide open, just like
It's just like if you can just imagine like someone like has a bucket of blood and you turn around and they just throw it at you and your like mouth is open. That's what just happened to you.
Ooh, delicious.
Okay, so now we're Ivaris.
I'm just gonna press myself up against the wall of the pit to avoid any falling goblins and wait until I hear a couple seconds in between pops.
Yeah. Okay. So
and then I'll move down.
There you go. Okay. So the next pop comes down. Pinrap, make another dex save.
What?
Okay. This time you close your mouth, but like a second wave of blood.
What a shame.
A second wave of blood just
I
splatters all over Pinrap.
Can I take my hand, wipe it off my face, and eat it?
Okay, so this is what happened. So you
I thought I was the weird one.
The first wave came down. It got everywhere. You like wiped
We're
your
all
face.
the weird
and
ones.
Just as you reopen your eyes after you wipe your face, more blood everywhere. Okay, Ivaris, then you touch down as well.
Okay, I'll draw my bow, and if there's anybody coming down after us, I'll try to pick them off as they're climbing down.
Okay,
Any goblins?
It's sort of like dark. You know what I mean? You could.
Well, I have dark vision to 60 feet.
Sure. So you can see like roughly halfway off the pit, and you don't see you only see like two more figures.
Who's on the
figures.
floor right now?
Me.
Everyone but Ulfgar, right?
No,
Oh.
and Bungo. Ulfgar and Bungo
Bungo.
have not made it down yet. So you see two figures, but that's it. You just see two figures.
That's fine.
All right, so we'll go to the top of the order, which is Bungo.
I see these goblins hanging over the edge. Is
They're
that
not
correct?
hanging over the edge per se. It's just like you see their heads, and maybe they're like their hands straight up in the air, like gesturing as they yell.
Do I think I could grab one and pull one off, like, and throw it into the pit?
You could try. You'd have to climb back up the 5 feet and then
Yeah,
try to
sure.
grab one.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's do that.
All right, so make some sort of a strength. You got to pull them over a 4-foot wall. All right, let's see. Yep, you grab an arm.
And can I pull them into the pit?
Of course.
There you go, into the pit.
All right, so a goblin. Ah! And do you let go of him too? Like you like pull him over and let go, or you hold?
Oh
him?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So you just hear like
picking a grape.
Can
Like
I
picking a
catch
grape.
him?
I think I get my ready to action first.
Okay,
No,
so
let me catch him.
all right, are you? What are you gonna do with the rest of your turn?
I'm gonna crawl back down 5 feet.
Okay, so Bungo crawls back down 5 feet. So it's Ulfgar's turn. There's like a goblin midair, if you imagine like time frozen. There's a goblin like midair, we'll say like 10 or 15 feet down from the lip of the pit that just got thrown in by Bungo. Ulfgar, that's approximately where you are. But keep in mind that you're holding on. You're a fat dwarf, or you're not fat, but I mean like you're a big
He's fat.
dwarf, big, and you're
I'm a
holding.
strong
so
dwarf.
you're holding on with both arms to these like very, to vines at the edge of a roughly 100-foot drop.
I know, but I just want to land on him.
Okay, I would not. Okay, just as a friend, not as your DM, as a friend, I would not suggest you jumping down the pit if you'd like Ulfgar as a character and don't want to have to re-roll a new one.
Why?
Because you will die.
Well, I thought I was like halfway down anyway.
I mean, even if you falling 60 feet when you're 300 some odd pounds is not.
It's not as bad if he's still raging.
It's not. Okay,
And
so
if he's
as-
landing
it's-
on something else.
It's not as bad. I may permanently maim your character. Just FYI.
You basically permanently maimed me anyway.
You'd be Ulfgar, the one-armed dwarf.
I am the most unlucky roller in roll 20 ever. I maimed myself.
All right, so what are you gonna do?
I just gotta go down the pit then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down as fast as I can, see if I can catch him.
Okay, I'll let you go to the bottom of the pit.
Could I roll a dex save to see if I catch him?
No, because Ivaris gets to shoot an arrow at him first.
Oh, I can still catch his dead body. Jeez.
Go ahead, Ivaris. Shoot your
It's
arrow.
gonna be pretty heavy. It's gonna land on you with a force.
You shoot it. Yep. So it's just screaming, and then it's just and then and the arrow is stuck in the dwarf, and then make a dex save, Ulfgar.
Thank God it's not me.
You do not. You try to catch him. You're like running. You know, like one of those things where you throw like a ball in the air and like you run under it to catch it. You do that, except for like 3 feet to your left. It just goes and just splats, and then blood splatters all over you.
Does the arrow go all the way through and then just pop straight up, bounce into the air?
No, the arrow is stuck in
Snaps
his.
in
The
half.
arrow is stuck in his what is now like a small piece of his body, in the ground. You can pick it back up if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna gather their bones.
You can add 1 bloody goblin arrow to your
I think I'll clean it off.
Okay. So Bungo, you're the last one. You're approximately at the top of the pit. What would you like to do?
So how many up here are left, right? Because I killed 2 earlier.
A ton, yeah.
There's like 20
I mean,
to
on the
25.
ledge. Yeah, on the ledge itself up here, right in front of me. I mean, there's there's
Just
plenty
I don't know, a
around.
couple. Yeah, a handful, maybe like 4.
And
There's like
Ulfgar took
24
down
in the room.
3. Right.
Yeah, they're all
And
just
I
like they're all just at this point they're all just like around the edge, like just shouting and gesturing and just yelling.
I'll do this
down.
as long as it takes. I want to go back up and pull one off again.
All right,
We're gonna play
another-
catch. Me and Bungo are playing catch.
Okay, make a strength save.
Jeez.
This is
Jesus
gonna be
Christ.
great.
Nope,
No,
doesn't happen.
come on, bring him down. Bring him down.
Nope, they have a strength. They have a plus on strength, so they do. It does not happen. Do you go to grab? You go to grab one, and as you reach up, a handful of goblin arms just shove you down, and you slide down maybe 10 or
Alright,
15
well-
feet. Make a dex save.
With Bless, I get the +4 if needed, but I don't think
Yep.
I do.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you grab one. But you're
Yeah, at this
much further
point, I
down.
think
It's only for 1 minute, so it'll be wore off by the time.
that's fine. I mean, he's still yeah.
yeah, we're still in the minute. So at this point, I think it'd just be easier just to make my way down into the pit. This is.
Jump into my arms, Bungo. I'll catch you.
Can I do that thing, where people like let go if they're like climbing up on a ledge or something? They let go and they fall down a story and they catch themselves on the railing.
Yeah, sure. Make an athletics, or whatever dex-based one you want to do. Acrobatics. Yep. Yeah, you do it. I mean, it looks great. Like you slide and then you grab and then you fling yourself to the other side of the pit and you slide down on the other foot
Totally.
and then you grab and slow down and you do it again on the other side, and when you land, you like do this like very graceful, beautiful pirouette, and everyone's like really.
And with a goblin on my back.
Oh,
He's
give me
still
that
there.
goblin. Give me that goblin.
He's still there.
Oh my god, is that goblin still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, so he's still alive and he's on your back.
No, I
And-
get that goblin. I have dibs. I have
totally
dibs
forgot. Okay,
on the
okay,
goblin.
Okay. All right. So who?
Wait,
so-
before you do any of that, to celebrate Bungo's magnificent display of athletics, I will mimic an entire room worth of goblin clapping.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, we're under attack.
Okay, so we are almost done for the night. There's going to be a quick, one more quick thing. I need everyone except for Lena to make a dex save.
Yeah.
Every time you ask me to make a save, I die. So
And I have Bless on still.
All right.
Oh wait,
so-
I do too then. So
hey, so do I. I got an 11.
20.
Pinrap, roll it.
And I rolled a 10.
9. I rolled oh no, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8.
Wait,
Okay,
do we all
pin-
roll 1d4s?
Pinrap.
Yes.
Ulfgar, yeah, you roll one too. Okay. So
Jesus Christ.
Goodbye, my friends.
Pinrap and Ulfgar roll. What am I gonna have you roll? Roll a 1d10.
Yeah, see how fast you kill yourself. That's
Can
basically what you're
does the
asking
goblin
me.
need to make a dex roll, or is he still on my back? So he's okay.
He's still on your back, so if you saved, he saved.
I think we're friends at this point. Are we best friends?
No, I'm killing that
He
goblin.
actually-
I want
Bungo,
that
he's-
goblin.
Bungo, he's actually braided your hair on the way down.
Oh man, that's great.
Oh gosh,
Okay,
here
no,
we
okay.
go.
So
I'm dead. Just
as
give it to me.
Bungo gets to the ground, right? As Bungo does this wonderful pirouette, and then before you know it, you just hear this screeching, like this unidentifiable screeching, and then you hear like the screeching gets louder and louder and louder and louder and louder, and then whap! Then out of nowhere, Ulfgar gets smashed by a small kobold body that just explodes on impact and does 1 damage to him. Then as Pinrap looks over to him, shocked, Pinrap gets smashed with a kobold body as well. And then another kobold body just lands in between.
Can I roll a dex save to see if I catch it?
No,
So-
it
Please.
hits you with the full force of what
Do
a
I take 5 damage?
Of what, yeah, you take 5 damage. Of what a small creature flying 100 feet down a well happens. And then the third body comes just right in the middle of everyone and again explodes into like basically like a fine blood mist.
None of them are Teemo, so it's not as fun.
Yeah, where's Timo?
When we get to kill Teemo, I get the
Come
honor.
Okay, team. Well, I think that that's where we'll end.
All right, is there a way we can
You
rest
should-
down here or no?
You should switch to the map so we can see what it is.
I will certainly switch the map. I don't think that I see. No,
What you say was?
yeah, no. We'll get to the next map next week.
Wow.
No fun. Yeah, everybody wants to do that.
All right, we will get to the next map next week. So as it currently stands, just so we know where we left off, has successfully navigated down the well, although a little shaky. There is an angry goblin king up above. There's an unknown garden cavern that you have entered into, and some of the party is injured. Most of the party is covered with blood, and Bungo has a live goblin on his back.
Is he my friend? No, I mean we've been hanging out for a while.
I don't know. You guys can you guys can certainly attempt to like persuade or like friend him. I mean, I'm happy to try to engage in that if you want.
Yeah, no, I want to befriend him.
I think we should be his best friend.
All right, guys.
Every time he does something wrong, though, we get to cut off a toe.
Oh,
What?
that doesn't sound. See, you guys have like a very strange.
I
That's not how
cast
friendship
magic
works.
missile at the goblin.
not-
Okay, we're
No!
all right, Lena.
I'm taking my
next-
great axe to his
We're
toes.
done for the night. You can certainly cast magic missile. at the goblin. You guys have such an
Leave
odd
him
understanding of
alone.
friendship. Timo was trying to help you, and
Timo is
or
useless.
Ulfgar like threw him
That
down
was
a
me.
hallway or something.
Well, yeah.
He's
He was
also
running around like
attached to Bungo. So-
Yeah, magic missile.
Well, I'm
is gonna
taking
be-
my axe to his toes if he does something wrong.
Oh my god, y'all are crazy. Okay, that was a great session. I will we catch you guys next week. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
guys.